or girly drinks, we drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer. No
Yeah,
champagne
baby.
or girly drinks, we drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer.
What is up, everybody? We are back live on a Thursday night on the tip-off night of March Madness.
Oh yeah.
Which really, which really tips off in the afternoon, but now we're into the night session. So don't know if you guys are watching, how many of your brackets are surviving out there. We had a few upsets today in the first few games that took place. I'd say upsets in that some of the lower seeds beat a few of the higher seeds, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they deserve to actually be there.
Games anyway, usually.
Yeah, but
no real big upsets yet.
yeah, I saw Duquesne come back and win theirs. I think they were like one of the upset ones. That was LeBron's old high school coach, so LeBron was tweeting out about the Adams.
Oh yeah,
and stuff they were talking about. But
Kentucky's getting all they can handle right now. They're down by 3.
Oh, I got Gonzaga and McNeese on in the background over here. So
yeah, Kentucky's down 3 with 5:20 to go or 4:20 to go in the first half.
Okay,
I mean plenty of time, but still.
And we got our special guest tonight. We got Dave in the house.
Hey.
What's up, Dave?
Still Chicago, so he's going to be representing a different version of Mal, since Mal can't be here tonight. So a little taller and hairier, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, my friend.
Good. What's going on, gentlemen?
Oh, nothing much. Just getting started. About to crack open a few beers. Might crack open a whiskey here as well for a little bit.
Go.
And
I'm just going to finish a Coke Zero and then I'll bust open a beer.
Well, there you go. Oh, but no, Thursday night, we're back. Update for next week. There will not be a show next Thursday night, just so people are aware. Going to be doing a little vacation on Friday, and I need to be well rested to drive a little bit. So that doesn't mean we're going later tonight.
Yeah.
It just means there's no show next week, although I do have just a half day tomorrow. So but it's I gotta be up. But I gotta be up in the morning. I gotta be up in the morning on that half to go to work. So we'll see. But the goal is to
bed and down the hall to your office.
Yeah, right around the corner. Gotta love the commute, right?
Yeah. That's the best for sure.
My biggest thing is, are you making coffee or am I making coffee? Like, who's using the coffee right now?
Like, you got it first. It should already be made.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat, Tater in the house. What is going on, my friend?
Okay.
Got the beers up there. Sorry, wrong emoji. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Mr. B in the house. Cheers, Mr. B. Great to have you in from the UK. If you haven't checked out Mr. B, make sure to check out his channel. He's another new and up-and-comer in the beer review world, doing some good stuff over there on his videos. I need to actually catch up on some more of your videos and actually leave some comments. Thing is, I usually watch a lot of the videos when I'm working out, like on the treadmill. And when you're like going 15% incline at like a 4 clip, you really don't have time to type as much, you know? So
show off over here.
Yeah, I hit the thumbs up usually when I'm actually doing stuff. But like, it's hard to actually sit there and try to type something when you're trying to catch your breath a little bit. But Mr. B, welcome, my friend. Great to have you in. And the beer that I'm going to actually start out with here, I'm going to crack open, is what I actually had on Tom's show last night. Shout out to the Beer Whisperer. Great being a part of that. If you guys didn't see that broadcast, you can definitely catch it back here on the channel. But Tom's one of the OGs. He was doing it before I was doing it, I think. I think he had started his channel way back before I did. And so I was able to catch some of his stuff when I first got into it. And we had a period of time where actually me and Todd, we met through here, but Tom as well. And I don't know if you met me first, Todd, or you met Tom first, or because John Sharon was doing stuff back then too.
Yeah. No, I actually met Tom first.
Yeah. And then John was doing stuff in Tom's circles as well.
Yeah. And done some with Tom and sent him some beers and stuff along the way. And then I don't remember how that actually started when I started hanging out with you and Joe and Drunken One and some of the others, you know, when we used to do 8 or 15 at a time, you couldn't say a word edgewise. Tom would jump in at times there. And I think that's kind of how we kind of intertwined, was from through Tom, I believe. Well, and probably John too, maybe at the time.
Yeah, John would pop on. I miss John. John had some pretty good video stuff he was doing, and It was sad to see he jumped off because it wasn't really anything of his own doing. He just got tired of the YouTube drama stuff taking place. And it was like, I would tell him, don't let that get to you. That's nothing to do with you. But he just didn't like having all that stuff happening. But
that kind of thing always affected him pretty good. So
yeah.
Well, I just subscribed to Mr. B right now. So Mr. B has a new subscriber.
There you go. Reaching out, making friends. Hands touching me. Touching you, sweet Caroline. Never mind, that's a whole different thing later. But bum bum bum, or as we said at WVU, eat shit pit. No, anyway, double dog.
There you go.
Flying Dog. This is the 12% double IPA, and I told Tom I had it one time before when I was at a restaurant down in Bowie, I don't know how to say that. Bowie, Maryland. I haven't been down there to really say, hey, how do you pronounce your city's name yet? So, different areas, just like Dave, Illinois, and some say Illinois. Ty, some say Louisville, some say Louisville. It's all
because New Orleans, Nolans,
But this is a pretty decent double IPA. It's definitely got the good malt back into it, and as I told Tom last night, it's nice having something where it's not just all about the juice and the haze, right? Just getting like a nice classic double, And as far as the look on the beer, for those of you that didn't see it, look at that clarity, nice action on the carbonation. Flying Dog, they do all right on their stuff. I mean,
they're one of the OGs. They've been around forever.
Yeah. Sometimes they get overlooked on some of their things, but sometimes people get thrown off by some of the artwork on some of their bottles. But it's it is what it is. Which I actually dig a lot of their artwork because it's kind of like an abstract type stuff that you see on some of their stuff they have. It's definitely different, but it's very distinctive. So, and that's what I am actually cracking open right now. Todd, do you have your beer there that you want to?
So this is double IPA Quantum Drops from Equilibrium.
Oh, Equilibrium's good stuff.
And it's also which I just noticed it because it's really, I don't know if you can see this very well, but it's real small on the side there, so you can't really, it doesn't say it's a collab, but I just was untapping it, and it is. It's Barrel Theory Beer Company out of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay. I'm going to crack open a Brainwash. This is a sour from Illuminated Brew Works here in Chicago. It's a Concord Grape Sour.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. That's different.
And this one is 8.5% ABV.
Yeah, this is a 7.
Now, neither of you have had that beer before, right?
No. This is my first time.
I actually just picked this up today, so.
No better time than your first time.
Yeah.
like I want some IPAs. I had a couple in the fridge downstairs. I'm like, I've had those. I want to get something I haven't had. So
there you go.
Picked up 3 of them today, and haven't had any of those 3. So we'll see.
Man, this was no joke when they said sour. This
you
is
puckered up there.
Concord grape. This is just like a sour, boozy Welch's grape juice that we used to drink as kids.
Oh wow. You're getting a lot of the Concord grapes coming through. You're getting a nice feel of that. Yeah.
I mean, the first thing is it's tart. It's like you feel it in the back of your neck here. Super tart. But then that Welch's Concord grape juice comes through. But I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's something I could do, 2 or 3 of them in a row, but one is good.
Okay. One gets the party started.
Yeah.
What about yours, Todd? Anything you would add on yours there?
Definitely on the nose, you get like the big hoppy, grassy aroma to it for sure. But up front, and even in front of that, you kind of get that bit like a big juice, aroma to it.
The juice is loose.
Nice. I don't know. Let's see what the hops. I don't know if it says what the hops are on this one. I'm sure it does, but my old ass can't hardly see some of these anymore.
I had a thing when I was reading a thing on Tom's last night, and I was like, why they got to make it so small in the print now?
I know. It's like,
yeah.
trying to see if it's
it's not
Todd, you want my bifocals, brother? I'll give you my bifocals here if you need them.
She's got reading glasses laying all
Right.
around here. I could,
Yeah.
but then I put those on, I take them off, and I got to refocus again.
Yeah.
Like I can see good enough now that just little prints starting to go. It says Galaxy, Citra, and HBC 586,
Okay.
which is a full, the still unnamed mango flavored hop. So, okay. So, yeah, I definitely can, like I said, definitely get the fruit kind of mango orange type feel to it.
There you go.
But that's on the back end. You definitely get kind of that hop aroma.
Okay.
And then I just put out there as well Dave's link to his YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out Dave over on Beer in Front, Dave also has the podcast and stuff like that too. So make sure to check that out. And we'll talk with Dave here in a second about some upcoming things he's working on too.
The taste of the hops isn't nearly as much as the aroma.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is usually most of the time the other way around, it seems.
Mhm.
Usually the hop burn or the taste of it's usually stronger than the aroma, or to me anyway, for the most part. That's nice. It's good, subtle. I mean, I would never guess it was 8.5%. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be dangerous in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Definitely be an easy sipper in the summertime.
Yeah.
My middle name is Danger. Poll question of the night out there right now. Are you a fan of beer flights being served at breweries? Simple yes or no question. Right now it's 100% yes. Talk about that a little bit later in the show, but apparently there's some debate around flights at breweries now. And a lot of breweries are starting to maybe go a different way. So, yeah, would have been good to have Mal here for that one, but we'll still go with what we have. You know, we've all been to enough breweries to kind of have the discussion, I think. Mr. B at 100% beer flights. So there you go. Ray's in the house at Alkanauts, another great channel. Cheers. Great to see you, Ray, up there north of the border. And thank you, Dave Z, as well, Mr. B said.
Hey.
I'm all about connecting people. That's what it's all about. Emerson's in the house. Cheers. Good evening, gentlemen. Cool dude zone. No ladies allowed. Let's get it on. Cheers. But we never know what could happen, right? So, where's Shannon, by the way? Is she resting?
Oh, just gave her time.
Oh, is she out drinking? Oh, we'll have a Shannon sighting tonight, so y'all want to hang in for that. If she's drinking already, she'll be on later. So,
well, her brother want to know if he's been sick kind of this week, and he was feeling better today. So they met up somewhere a little bit. Well, I met him for a beer after work when I got off work, but then they were going up to they were going to a brewery after that. So she's like, I'll come in a little bit and jump on her.
Oh, yeah, you will.
I was like, okay, we'll see, but I think she'll be on.
Everybody loves seeing Shannon a little bit of a tilt, so there you go.
Get your words in now while you can.
Get them in. Yeah. Go ahead and grab your Miller Lite and grab a chair. There you go. Ray said, whoa, Emerson already? Hope Mallory doesn't come in and see that. Oh, well, Mallory won't be here tonight, but Emerson already knows, right? So, yeah. Unfortunately, she had to actually work at the brewery tonight, so she let me know she couldn't make it. I didn't tell her we're not doing it next week either. Now she's going to be bummed out next week, too. But it'll be 2 weeks before we get Mallory back on here. If
I'm
things
sure
go
it's
right.
busy night at the brewery with the tournament on.
Oh,
yeah. She said it was crazy. That's what crazy is good, know. So they got people in there. But they only have like 10 tables, she always tells us. So I guess people are just standing around drinking beer, so which is fine too. And I think they at that Ravinia location they put tables out like on the sidewalk and stuff too, didn't they?
Yeah, but it was still like today it was only in the 30s, so I don't think people are sitting outside because I wasn't at the one that she works at. I was at their other location in the city, which seems like it's pretty big. They got a lot of room, but I don't think I'm not sitting outside watch a tournament game. I'll sit inside and grab my own beer.
I'm in Illinois, not Minnesota. What are you thinking? Mr. B said, bought the following today from a local blender brewery, Chestnut and Lions, Maine. A single barrel of beer was macerated with both freckled chestnut and lion's mane mushrooms for 2 weeks before package. That's interesting. You gotta give it up for the creativity with the craft brewing world, right? Like just the things they come up with sometimes. You're like, what? Who came up with that idea? Mr. B said, subscribe back, Dave. Cheers. So there you go.
And I just grabbed the Alkanauts too, so I just subscribed to them as well.
Yeah, I did Mr. B as well. I think I'm already.
There you go.
I think I already subscribed to the Aquanauts. So
if I could play Neil Simon without getting a strike, I would right now. But yeah, so everybody get connected. If you don't know people, reach out. A lot of good people will be coming in and a lot of good beer channels. But yeah, we had a lot of good conversing yesterday on Tom's thing. And there we go. We got Ray in from the Alkanauts.
Hey, gentlemen, what's happening?
What's happening? Ray? As we fill a few of the stools at the bar here. I don't know if that sounded right. Fill a few of the stools. Anyway, fill a few of the chairs at the bar.
Yeah, you can take that a couple different ways there. So be careful.
Everybody's had their colonoscopy, right? Everybody raise your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what's going on, my friend? How are you this evening?
Doing fantastic. I got a couple of minutes here. My wife's on a union meeting thing background there in her office. So I figured, hey, I will jump in.
There you go.
Might as well.
Great to have you. Are you drinking anything tonight?
Yeah, actually, I switched it up a little bit this week. The beer was kind of getting to me a little, so I grabbed myself a Grower's cider. This stuff's brewed here in Ontario with Ontario apples. It's super dry, 5.5% ABV. Not too sweet, just real nice.
Yeah. Always nice to mix something up for the palate, right? Get something else in there. I still got a mead here I need to drink at some point too. So and I've been sitting on that for a while. Yeah, I've been sitting on it for a couple years, I think now. It's been cellared in here with the other stuff. So you keep getting more stuff, and my other stuff keeps falling to the back. It's just like
keep getting shoved back.
Yeah. Trying not to go out and buy. We were talking about that last night too. I'm trying to buy any more beer, just trying to get through what I got here. So, so I haven't done an unboxing video in a while because I've got so much already here.
That's about the same way home. I was like, I need to stop and get beer, but I was like, I kind of was in the mood for an IPA, so I was like, I want to get something different that I don't have at home. So,
yeah.
Yeah. What's Alan from One Flight Down? What's he do? Back of the beer fridge Sundays?
Yeah. Need to grab something from back there. And actually, Todd had brought up something like that. We were talking on messaging and stuff, and like just grabbing a beer out I haven't really had or whatever, like to try to do just to get rid of some stuff. Which I am gonna do one of the stouts I think tonight because it's more of an upscore type brewery, so not a lot of people are gonna probably see that brewery anyway. So I might as well just go in and crack it open and enjoy it. So I've had it for a little bit of time. Stay tuned for that.
I grabbed one out of the back the other day. I was going through my stuff. I'm like, I totally forgot about this. And it's a good year and a half old, but it was an IPA and it just got bad. So it's like, I don't even want to review this because it's not fair to the brewery.
You're right.
About it if it's old. It's my fault for not drinking fresh.
Did you try it?
So when did you try it? Like, what did you get out of it?
And it just kind of had like this off taste. You weren't getting any aroma or bitterness from the hops. It was IPA, and it's just like, this isn't good. So
especially had any like added to it. Those are different.
It would have been a lot better a year ago because I know the brewery and they always put out good stuff. But I'm like, shit, throw this one down the drain.
It's like, where the hell did you come from? Like, like I thought I had all the beers out the way, and here's another one I did not know was in here. Like, is it better finding like a $20 bill in your shorts out of the dryer, or to find a unique beer you forgot that's still good in the back of the fridge? What's the better one? Who would you rather have?
If it was like a barrel aged stout, I'd rather find the beer.
Because there's money falling in my pockets. It's probably just a couple quarters or $1 or something. So I'd rather have a barrel aged beer too.
For me, it'd be the $20, man, because there's no way there's no way there's a beer getting lost in the back of my fridge. So
well, that's true.
And what, $20 in Canada will get you a macro, right? So
that'll get you 2 pints at the bar.
All right.
Yeah, we're looking at like $8 a pint up here now for sure. So
Well, that Doug Ford buck for a beer just not go really anywhere except down the drain.
it didn't happen. Did you catch Paul and I the other? We actually talked about that on our live a couple of weeks ago.
No, but I know I was talking with Shane before too, and just like one of the things might have been on his when we did the live stream. So yeah,
we tried. There was the No Name beer. It's a really great lager, but we could not get it anywhere locally. We could not find it. It was not available anywhere. We could order it from Alberta, but we could not bring it in. We could not find it in Ontario. It was not available in any stores.
And it was $1 for that can of beer or whatever, right? Or a bottle of beer.
Yeah, you can get a 6-pack of bottles for $6.60 with the deposit.
Oh,
okay.
In a cart.
Yeah. if you can find it. Like
Yeah.
Apparently you can't. We've reviewed it on our show, and it was actually a fantastic lager.
Well, with the cost of some of the beer price in Canada, I'm not surprised it's hard to find because I'm sure people see it and they scoop it up just to have something easy to drink around.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're not even producing it right now for Ontario. So,
Dang.
well, I know some breweries that were actually trying to do that. They just couldn't keep. Like I read articles where it's just they couldn't keep their costs down enough to actually do that. So yeah. But like a politician, promise something and don't deliver on it. You know that just happens.
Yeah, I don't blame the breweries, man. It's especially the smaller craft places. If you don't have a restaurant attached or some sort of hook, you can't make it just doing beers.
Yeah. I mean your margins are slim as it is, and if you're trying to come out with some low cost type thing, it definitely hits you. So,
yep.
Shout out to Bart. Cheers, my friend. Great to see you.
Hey,
Happy Thursday to you as well, my friend. And there were a couple. Speaking of Bart, there I was chiming in on one of the live streams the other night, and it was actually Tom, the Beer Whisperer, put me on. It was the Lager Room guys. I got to see what their channel is. I'll take a look here, but they're all in Jersey, Bart. I'll have to pull it up so you can check them out. But they all do the Jersey type beers, and one of the guys even knew some of the guys I knew that from Spellbound and everything, which was pretty cool. So small world, always a small world.
I mean,
yeah.
So are you heading back to Jersey next week? Is that where you're going?
Oh no, we're going out here in Maryland to one of the islands and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Cool. Just get away for a little bit of time, and
well, I know you said a kind of a weekend thing. I don't know if maybe he's going back to see your mom.
Oh, up there, no, we won't go up there until like Mother's Day weekend or whatever, like May. But this is like go down on Friday and come back like Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. So
there you go.
Yeah, but get away for a little bit of time. But John's in the house. Cheers, John. Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. Another great channel. If y'all haven't caught up with John, he does the beers, he does the wines, he does the whiskey, he does the coffees. If it's distilled, if it's brewed, he's reviewing it. So
nice.
Great to see him. And he's down there in Kentucky as well. And Bart, I'll grab their thing here so I can put the name in the chat, the channel in the chat, so you can check them out too. But great bunch of guys there. But so this one here, pretty smooth, the Double Dog. If you like something of a maltier backbone as a double IPA and not the bad stuff, I say fast stuff, just stuff we have now with all the juice and the haze and all that kind of stuff. You want to step back with like more of a classic type thing. Double Dog definitely delivers as far as that double IPA. Showed them Ray earlier, the look on the beer, get that
good
nice
color.
copper color to it.
Nice.
Great carbonation, great feel all the way through. Little pininess there, more towards like the West Coast type feel to the beer. And it's pretty solid, you know. I would put it, if I was looking at something to kind of run it near, it's not as good, I would say it's a double two hearted, but it would be kind of in that area. It'd be not too much off a double two hearted, which I can never get. Well, I couldn't get it in Kentucky for a bit, and I can't get it here, I don't think. I get Bell's, but I haven't seen that one. And that's a great one to get if you ever see the double two hearted come out.
Yeah. What do you think of those glasses, Rod?
These glasses?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like them.
Stack those, right?
What, these?
Are they stackable?
No. These are like nucleated glasses. So these are ones I picked up off of Amazon.
Double them up when you put them away.
I was gonna say it's kind of like what I've got there.
Yeah.
And so if you look there,
Here's a little
You
bit.
get the bubble action because it's etched on the bottom, so it drives the bubbles and stuff up, gives you that nice appearance with the beer. But I've never tried to stack them. You might be able to, because but it's kind of like a hybrid. Like to me, it's like basically more of a tulip design, but like a hybrid, like tulip snifter type design or something. So I like them.
They stack.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, there you go.
Nucleated.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at us here. We're being glass workers now.
Yeah.
Glass knobs.
Not a glass broken either. I saw the Victory Tasty Cake Coffee Cake Ale on draft recently, but did not try it. I actually did a review on the Tasty Cake. I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. Now, growing up in Jersey and growing up with Tasty Cake, it was kind of going to be, do they get the Tasty Cake feel out of it? Do you have that nostalgia? And you do. Victory did a pretty good job, I think, with it. I think Joe Beer Patrol liked it when he did. I think Matt from Massive also enjoyed it. I don't know if Paul did it yet from PA Brew News, but most of the people I think have been pretty much giving it some decent reviews and stuff. So I would definitely check it out if you can. And I did a 6-pack of bottles, I think here, or like around $12.99, I believe. Mm-hmm. What's up, Rusty? Cheers. Great to see you, my friend. But yeah, outside of that, March Madness, are you guys watching? Dave, Ray?
Looking at my second screen here.
Yeah.
Seeing how Kentucky's down by 3 at the half.
Yeah.
That's what Todd was saying too.
Yeah.
Ray's like, I'm in Canada. If it ain't hockey, we ain't watching.
Yeah, you know what, guys? No pro sports for this guy. Pro golf, pro bowling, pro bass fishing. That's about it.
Well, there you go. Everybody's got a little something, right? Just a little secret. I will start watching the CFL. I enjoy the CFL. I think the CFL is kind of intriguing with the 3 downs, with the bigger field, and just the way they actually organize, where you can challenge the different plays. You don't have to wait for certain things. I don't know. I find it interesting and worth watching. It's funny. They still only have 8 teams though, and they've had it that way for so long.
Absolutely. It's tough man's football.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
you got to run farther, you got to run faster, and you got to do it in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And they still got the goalpost on the goal line, which is always fun because you do see kids, quarterbacks will use that as a pick and people will run into the goalpost.
Oh, yeah.
100%. 100%. I tried out for the high school football team and I ran into the goalpost and that was the end of it for me. So
I got him out.
Yeah.
And besides the fact that I weighed like 105 pounds in high school. So
yeah,
that makes it a little tough too.
That's like golfing and hitting a tree. Like, who the hell put a tree out here? Like, it's a golf course. Put a tree right in the middle of the fairway. Terrible
best
place.
Advice I ever got: if your golf ball's behind a tree, aim at the tree.
Yeah,
because you're not going to hit it.
Exactly.
Most people won't.
I do. I just aim for the tree and like, oh, okay.
Hey, no worries there, my friend. So if I give it a try, if I get back, I'll give it a try. Yeah. So yeah, you get back to that bar, definitely. Or you might be able to pick up just an individual to give it a shot. But I would like to try it on draft. I like everything I can try on draft. Is always pretty much better, just because the way it's run. We'll try it next time I'm at the bar. Yeah. And cheers to Juice. Juice is in the house. Juice is loose. Welcome, my friend. Great to have you here. And I haven't been using any of my sound effects, have I? I forget about it sometimes when I get to talking sometimes. Yeah.
You're having that double IPA. You forget things.
Well, at 12%, right? You can definitely forget a few things for sure. But do I even have it on here now? Did I take it off? What?
Oh, Lord, somebody's home.
That was a good sound effect.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That sounded really real right there.
That sounded like a real dog. Nice job.
Yeah.
Hey.
How did he
what
do
soundboard
that?
are you using? Holy moly.
Right? Well, I had a welcome sound effect. I did retune some stuff, so I think I may have taken it off right now. But welcome anyway, Juice. Great to have you, my friend. So,
what do you got for your sound deck there, Rod?
I've got the Stream Deck, and so if you get Stream Deck, that's through Elgato. What I actually did is went ahead and got Voice Mod. And so with Voice Mod, I paid the whole, go ahead and just get off the free type thing. And they have a soundboard in it. So you can program Stream Deck through Voice Mod And so anything I want to put on for sound,
Emotional, damn it.
I just hit the Stream Deck for now. The Stream Deck will bring all the sound effects up so you can program it right in. I used to use the Banana voice meter Banana, but you would have issues after running a period of time on live streams where it can start to click out. You got to reset it and everything. But this has been great doing it with the voice mod and Stream Deck together.
Yeah, Elgato puts out some good stuff. I had, before I upgraded mics, I had their USB mic, and that was a solid mic. You know, I would have kept using it, but I went to, you know, interface, so I had to grab an XLR mic. But like the Elgato mics were great.
Yeah. Like right now, I have the Elgato face cam that I'm using here. And I've got the Elgato Cam 4 link, 4K link, but I had a problem with the cable. My camera fell over one day, and I think the cable screwed it up. So they just sent me another one because we didn't know if it was the cable or if it was the 4K. So they replaced it. Not working. The cable's coming tomorrow, but then I can like tie that into my G7 camera that I actually have, and that gives some pretty clear footage that I've used before on here too. So yeah, but Elgato, they got the lights on. They got a teleprompter. Anybody looking for a teleprompter? They got a nice little teleprompter you can put on top of your computer screen. That's a pretty decent size. I have a regular teleprompter that's like a little bit bigger than that I have to the side over here what I use for some of the stuff. Like I just did that SRM video, and I used a teleprompter to kind of go through everything for that. But then they also got the lights too, which are pretty cool. That you're seeing more of the people using those too. But yeah, they're pretty decent as a company. I probably should put some money in stock with that company now I think about it. Because I keep buying Elgato stuff.
Yeah, I had the voice mod trial for a bit. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool software.
Yeah,
It does a good job. I just the interface, like the actual voice mod interface on the free, trying to use it during a live is not really super intuitive. So I was looking at getting a Stream Deck, and I just don't know that I'd use it enough. But as far as the microphones and stuff, their USB products are fantastic.
Yeah.
This is definitely not an ad for Elgato, but they're doing stuff right.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. Well, with the Stream Deck, I will tell you, because I have this on here, and I haven't used it fully for all the capabilities you actually have, because you can actually set it up for also stuff on the computer. You hit a button like that, it'll adjust your brightness and do all kind of things like that, raise your mic volume. But I can tie it into, like, I have it tied into YouTube where I can pre-program some stuff. So if I want to say, check out the website, I just hit a button here, and then in the comments, it'll pull up now a thing about the website, and people can actually go see that link right there. So using it with YouTube and how you can program it there, and then with the voice mod, and then if I'm going to do something with OBS, that's programmed in here too, right? Use OBS to kind of just flip screens and not have to worry about moving the mouse and stuff. And so it's just a matter. One of the people I watched for a lot of stuff, as far as when I got involved more in the YouTube and got more serious about it, was Nick Niminati. I don't know, Nick Niminati. So I don't know if you ever seen him, but he's a really big live streamer as far as like tips and all that kind of stuff. And every Saturday he does a live stream, but he's really huge in Elgato. So he's done a lot of the Elgato stuff there.
Yep. Yeah, that's I mean, I do live sound for bands on the weekends. So
yeah,
Paul and I are always looking for easy, simple ways to do stuff with the gear that I've already got. So I picked up a really nice little ART 2-channel interface. It's got 2 XLRs. One channel does phantom power. So I've got a nice little Apex 410B large diaphragm mic that I use for a lot of stuff that we do. It works great. I like trying to find the cheapest stuff that does the best job.
Yeah.
Sound like me.
Yeah. I mean, that microphone, it's a large diaphragm condenser microphone. It's $119.
There you go. Yeah.
That's pretty dang cheap. And I think I paid about $104 for the ART interface.
Yeah.
So
and I think the Stream Deck, when I got this one, the price on it was like, I got the medium version, and I think it was like, what's it, $89, $99, maybe $109, somewhere in there. It wasn't the XL, but in the medium, right? Because there's a smaller version you can get too. But I felt like what I was doing, this one actually was good enough there. So
I looked at that one, Rod. It was like $26,000 Canadian, I think.
Yeah. How much is that in pesos is my question. No.
47 million.
Yeah. But it's funny because I program it all through here, And what it's really doing is just coming through my mic, but it's like me, instead of me talking, the sound is just coming out that way, rather than me having to search online, like on StreamYard where you can put the sound effects. I don't have to worry about scrolling. I can just hit something like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it works out. I like it. It's decent. And like you said, Elgato's definitely doing some good stuff there.
Mhm.
Anyways, we should get back to the beer, right? Because this is a beer show, I think.
Well,
Sometimes
it starts out that way. Waiting for Shannon to show up to see which way we go after
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna
But
say, get it in now while you can.
Juice is trying a Voodoo Ranger Tropic Force for the first time. It's okay. Not my favorite from that lineup. What do you guys think of the Voodoo Rangers? Well, if you saw, I've got a review on the channel of the Force. I don't know, it was the Fruit Force or the Tropic Force. I think it was the Fruit Force. You can kind of pick up how I feel about it. I'm pretty much in that same camp, probably with you on that. It's not my favorite from the lineup. It's definitely the least favorite. Well, I did the hard tea a few weeks back. The hard tea would probably be the bottom, and then right above that would be the Fruit Force. So that being said, I don't think it's terrible overall. It's just not a preference I would actually have with it. I'm not huge, and I can ask you guys this. There's different breweries coming out with these juice type IPAs. And what I mean by that, they say they're juice, like Sierra Nevada had one of theirs. I think a few of the other ones are doing it, but they're like going for like that juicy type feel, like it's a juicy juice type IPA. Are you experiencing these? What do you guys think of these type of things? To me, I'm not a big fan of them thus far.
No, but I don't think we're the market either. We're not millennials. Yeah. We're not Gen Zs where we grew up with West Coast IPA.
He's like, you need a squeeze box to enjoy it.
But I think like the Sierra Nevada line, that's overtaken the Pale Ale is probably their biggest seller. Yeah. And for New Belgium, I mean, Voodoo Ranger is paying the bills. It's not Fat Tire or anything else. So I think that's just the way the market leads. But did you see, speaking of Voodoo Ranger, they have that one coming out with Tombstone Pizza?
Yeah, we talked about that last week too. So that's going to be interesting. I did not see the price.
$50 for a 4-pack.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like, and I think it's sold out. It's like one of those, like you could only order it online. But I was looking, and I mentioned it on my show last week. And then like I was going through like my new stuff, getting stuff ready for next week's show. And I saw the price, $49.99 for how many? 4? No.
Yeah. The fact that I can get an 8-pack of other half for the price of a 4-pack of that, I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
They better come with a free pizza or something.
I love pizza. Don't get me wrong, but
sit down with the owners or what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 4-pack of beer and 4 extra large pizzas, I would think.
Right.
For $50. Come on.
That better be pepperoni. That better not be plain cheese for $50. Yeah.
That's
right. Be some meat with that.
Yeah.
That's it's funny because that whole juicy IPA thing is kind of weird. I was never really a big fan of it until actually last summer when we were down in Chicago for the Brew Tubers meetup. We ended up at Maplewood Brewing, and they've got their Son of Juice.
Yeah.
And dang, that beer kicked my ass. Now, mind you, let's preface this with the fact that we had already hit, I think, 3 other breweries and drank our faces off for most of the day. But I keep trying to figure out how I can get some of that up here.
I could hook you up.
I would really like to revisit that. Mallory and Chu keep saying they're going to send some up, but I mean those guys are so darn busy.
Well, I just subscribed to your channel just now on YouTube, so
perfect.
I'll be back. We'll send each other a message, but I could get that out to you.
Yeah, I tried to buy it online. There's just went to their website and just could not figure it out. So
yeah, but I know it's just rough. The shipping cost to ship something up north is because I know I sent some stuff up to a friend of mine, and like I had to send him a message. I'm like, dude, shipping's like almost $50 for this. Do you still want it? He's like, yeah, send it to me. I'll just Venmo you whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we'll figure that out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, right. When we was up in Chicago last fall, I bought a 4-pack of that and brought home with me. That Son of Juice.
How do you feel about it?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
And that's been around almost 10 years now. So that's not like one that's just jumped on the bandwagon. They were one of, I mean, obviously the trend started in New England, but they were one of like the first like Midwest breweries that I saw that came out with something like that.
Huh.
I feel like maybe, I don't know if, for some reason I'm thinking I saw some Maplewood beers in distro here.
Okay.
I don't think it was one of those. I don't think it was one of those. Because I was like, I remember seeing those cans when I was in Chicago, and I'm pretty sure it was Maplewood, but I wouldn't swear to it.
Well, the one thing, like, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, just subscribe back to you, Dave. And it's funny. The first video that popped up it was Killian's Red.
Yeah,
we were just talking
audio
about that
podcast that I put out Monday.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on our live on Wednesday with Dave from Dave's TV.
Okay.
He was trying to find that for doing something for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get it down in Florida. There was none.
Well, I've got 8 of them left. I had to buy a 12-pack. I can send him some.
I don't think he wants it now. It's the sentiment has passed.
Yeah.
Well, the beer distribution that we have is
crazy.
I think a bewilderment at times, like, just the way it actually does stuff. But like we were talking about before, Mal was fiending for Miller Genuine Draft and couldn't find it, where Dave was able to say with a place in Chicago where they can get it. But before that, Shane has sent it in to her from Canada. Yep. And I go to my corner store and I got like a thing I did a review on. I got like one of the 24-ounce cans. Now they got like 12 packs of stuff in too. So, but yeah, it just depends on the distribution of stuff. But I was talking about like the juice IPA. So yeah, you're right. Like the New Belgium stuff, the Rangers paying the bills, and the Crazy Little thing is paying the things for
Sierra
Nevada. But it's kind of just like there's off things that are coming out with the whole juicy type thing, and I just haven't found one that I've actually fully enjoyed. Now Maplewood, I know it makes good beer, so that could be something different, and kind of looking at what they're actually doing there as well.
Do you think it's like a way to get not so much of the IPA-ish people to try to kind of wiggle their way into the IPAs? Because the juice, it's kind of like a faux front, sort of like, okay, here's an IPA, and then everybody expects that IPA to be that way. I mean, obviously, we know it's not that way, but some of the younger generations that's just starting out, like, oh, okay, this is good because it is more juicy or kind of juicy.
Yeah, it's not as bitter. Like all the hops are at the end and dry hopping, so you're getting the flavor and the aroma, but you don't get the bitterness that you would associate with a West Coast.
Right.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get there, but I like to taste the feel of the hops or whatever. Like, like one of the juicy ones are fine every now and again, but when I think IPA, that's not what I'm going for,
Yeah.
Me personally.
Yeah, I think they're kind of doing it to kind of take off some of the brashness of it for a lot of the newer, maybe the IPA type drink. Everybody's trying to figure a way to get people in with the IPA, because even if a brewery doesn't want to make an IPA, it's more like you have to compete, but they know that there's some drinkers that are going to go after it. So you've had the regular IPA, you get to the double and the triples, but you get the sour IPAs, and you're getting the cold IPA, which is just a lager kind of hop type feel to it. You're getting all these different type of things. So a juice IPA isn't really surprising. They're trying to do something with that as well. So
yeah, and I just think a lot of people just know the name IPA, so you could put anything you put IPA at the end of it, it's going to get you more sales. Like, I don't think the juicy IPAs are an IPA. They should be a separate.
Hey, I agree with that.
Have your own name for it, but when people have bought it. So,
well, the other thing to that is the other side of the coin. There are some people that are turned off when they see IPA.
Yeah.
As soon as you say IPA, they're like, oh, I don't even want to do it if it's an IPA type thing too.
That's what I was going to say. And that's kind of like Shannon and her brothers, like IPA, they automatically think instant, like hoppage, the taste of the hops, whatever. I'm like, that's not always the case. Like, I've had lagers and stuff that are even more hoppy than an IPA sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just because an IBU, it says it's a 70 IBU or whatever. It's like, well, it's not necessarily the case. It doesn't always taste like that. But
I mean, when I was in Cincinnati, one of my good friends, she pretty much hated anything with IPA for much until one IPA she actually really liked. And when I say really liked, she would order when she would see it, was Two Hearted. And so it was just a different appeal to it. But once she heard IPA, she would never try to order something like that. And finally, like, well, try this one, and she ended up liking that one. So IPA can be a turnoff as well as a turn on for some people too. So
I'm going to grab another beer and my dog's scratching at the door. So
oh,
I'll be back in
okay.
like 2 minutes here.
All right.
I mean, it's definitely a different flavor profile for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's either an all in or all. I mean, I see it. It's like it's either you're all in or you're not with an IPA. In my opinion, like I don't think you go into an IPA and it's kind of like it's okay-ish kind of thing. I think you either dig it or you don't, and you're not gonna drink.
Yeah,
it.
there's not a lot of middle ground. Usually, it's something that definitely hits people, right?
Like, I mean, not like a stout or a porter or something where sometimes adjunction, you're like, oh, this is good, it's okay, or I don't really like that one, but I'll drink another one, and this is fantastic. I don't feel like most hops or most IPAs are that way.
I would tell you, the 12% went down rather easily. Just
I'm like, everybody's going to get a beer. I'm like, I'm about ready for a beer too.
I am too. I got my other one here. I had to let it sit out because that's going to be a stout that I'll do here in a second. But the juices thing too. I say that stuff, but I always tell people, don't be afraid to try the beer because it's all about what your palate actually is. So you've got to actually sometimes feel through it. And that's why, the question out there tonight about the flights, which the question on the poll, 88% flights, 12% no. Having a flight option is good because it allows you to experiment with the different beers at the bar before you decide to settle into something.
I think so.
So if you're saying you might not be a fan of IPAs, being able to try an IPA in a little 4 or 5 ounce, whatever they're serving it, you're like, okay, I like this. I may drink more of it, or I don't like it. You feel like you didn't waste a bunch by having it as part of your flight, right? So having flights is a great way to be able to experiment like that.
Well, now one step further, like me, I like to just drink, I like pretty much all of it. So it's like, I may not go to a brewery and have 4 or 5 different styles of beer, but I can get it in a flight and have 4 or 5 different styles in 4-ounce pours at the same time.
Right.
And it is a good way to try new breweries or whatever their beer styles.
I'm with you, Juice. $50 for 4 beers. I'm going to pass. I'll watch someone on YouTube enjoy it. Well
they
played,
had a
my
thing
friend.
on like their website where you could enter to win a 4-pack. So that's going to be the only way I try it.
Yeah. And we got BC in the house. Check out my homeboy BC up in Michigan, the Mitten State, who's always got some good beer stuff happening, some good beer reviews. And happy to see you, my friend. I'm actually got a thing. I think I got a thing with Bell's actually. Well, I put the thing on Facebook about Bell's earlier. They got that special expedition stout coming out.
Yeah, that was a tease, Rod. I didn't really appreciate that.
I didn't appreciate it either because I didn't realize you have to actually go to Bell's to actually get it. And if you've ever had the expedition style from Bell's, it's a fantastic beer. But they're coming out with, where's my phone? I'll take a look here.
I was like, that was a cruel joke.
Yeah, April Fool's, right? April's not even here yet. Why y'all doing that?
I saw that. I was like, I can't wait for it. And then I saw he's like, no, you can only get it here. I'm like, oh, that's not even cool.
They're coming out with a cinnamon expedition stout, and I saw that and I was like, yes, please. I'm gonna. And then as I read into it, it's like you have to go to Bell's to actually get it at their general store, and I'm like, oh man, come on, y'all killing me, Smalls. So if you are in Michigan, do that. But you know what else is from Bell's? Next Monday. What day is it? What day is it? Next Monday, Todd. What day is it?
Oberon Day.
It's Oberon Day. That's my first day of spring right there. So
as Joe would say, that's on you.
That's the Beer Patrol's favorite day of the year. So Oberon Day is next Monday. So they'll be releasing all of that. Although they do have the other versions like Eclipse and other ones out that I haven't tried the Eclipse, but they've done other stuff with Oberon. Yeah. So you tried it. What was your overall thought on it? I know it's like
it was okay. I mean, it wasn't a bad beer, but it wasn't like that was the only one I bought. I bought it in a mix pack where you go to the grocery store and grab 6 different things, and I'm like,
mix and match.
It wasn't bad at all, but nothing that made me want to like say, oh, I need to grab a 6-pack of this or a 12-pack of this.
There you go. Yeah. So the regular Oberon, I like to get that because there was someone that asked, I think on the 9th anniversary show, is there a beer that I usually get each year or whatever like that? I usually get stuff different, but I didn't mention, but Oberon is kind of one that I might get each year just because cracking that open as the spring weather's breaking, it's a good beer to actually sit back and enjoy. It's a nice wheat ale. So, which I'm not a huge wheat ale person, but I do like that one.
Do they still have the, remember when they had that mixed 4-pack or whatever of different types of the Oberons? Do they still make the other variants of that, or do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. That might come out after they release Oberon, where they have the different variants. So it might be coming out next few months, maybe. I haven't seen it in a bit.
Because I know like Bell's is doing more like the variety pack with the two-hearted, where they have like a light-hearted session,
right?
A two-hearted, and
Wholehearted,
maybe one's an imperial or something else. But yeah, I don't know if I saw that mix Oberon like even last year.
And maybe it was just in stages. Maybe it wasn't in the 4-pack.
Yeah.
Maybe it was where they just brought out different variants along the year or whatever. That's probably what I was thinking.
Well, Larry Bell, if you're watching, please throw in the habanero Oberon if you do the mix pack, because I've been wanting to try that for years. I want to see how that, because I've heard really good things about the habanero version. And like always, it's like the magical word. If you mention Oberon, poof, the Beer Patrol shows up. It's like saying Candyman in the mirror. And it's just like,
I was like, this is why I'm not coming on, because you're talking Oberon.
His ears just start ringing. Like, are they talking Oberon again?
I think it was Burton for sure. He's like, hey, wait, let me see what they're talking about. What's going on here?
I put the Oberon day on Facebook, and Joe put a little crying face on the little tearjerker emoji. Didi in the house, what is up? Big Todd in the house, cheers all. Before you ask, yes, tea time, 12:45. You getting up, sleeping in? You getting up later now? I mean, I know you're retired. I know you're retired now. Is that how you're doing it? Just 12:45? Oh, not in my choosing. Yeah, green enough. You can't get out there too early for sure. So, hey, late golf is still golf, so you'll still enjoy it.
Get out and playing Sunday, Double D. So,
oh, nice. I will be actually.
Damn, there's still snow on the greens in my place.
I'll actually be at the dealership at 1:00 for a recall so you can fix my brake light, or supposedly they say possibly your brake light might go out or whatever. So,
weren't you doing that today?
No, I'll do it tomorrow. So I got a half day tomorrow, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I could actually get that done. And if they get done, they said it's about an hour, so I can actually get out of there, come back home, and enjoy the basketball game. So, yeah. But anytime a dealer tells you an hour, it's probably 2 or 3. So, yeah. And you know what ended up happening? I ended up hitting a beer store on the way back. Oh, there's a beer store here. Let me see what they got. Like, I don't want to stop, but I'm like compelled to stop because the OCD kicks in. Like, what if I miss something they actually have I've been looking for? So, this is the life of beer reviewers and beer drinkers, folks. If you're wondering. And it's like you go out of town on a trip, right? And you're doing a road trip. And I don't know if your wives are saying the same thing as mine. It's just like, I'll see something. Oh, there's a liquor store there. I got to stop to see they got blah, blah. Don't be in there long. That's the word. Don't be in there long.
Yeah. Like my nose.
I was going to say, sometimes I get the nope. Look over here. Look over here. Eyes this way. Eyes over here.
Yeah, if we're driving, like if she's driving and I have my phone out, she knows I'm on Google breweries near me.
Yes.
You know what though? That can be brilliant. Is my wife and I took a trip in January, right after the new year, and I swear we went up to a place and there were 4 local breweries. I was like, sweet, this works. We booked an Airbnb right over top of one of them. We pulled up and all the windows were papered. Yeah. So there's a story there. Not going to get into it. There was some local town gossip, and I was like, okay, whatever. Not to me. Out of the 4, 1 was open.
Oh, wow.
So Google brewery near me, 17 kilometers away, Broken Rail Brewing. I was like, sweet. Sorry, it was 17-minute drive. 17 minutes. Okay. You know what? We cruised down there. My wife and I checked it out. She absolutely loved it.
Nice.
Coolest little brewery ever. Husband and wife team run it. And Paul and I actually took the 2.5-hour drive back up there just as a one-off to go check the place out.
Oh,
And
cool.
Paul's like, we were 40 minutes into the drive. He's like, dude, there's breweries like really close to our house, right?
Like, no.
He was thrilled. We've got some footage. We're gonna have to do some voiceover because it was just so loud in there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some voiceover stuff on it. But owner and his wife weren't there, unfortunately. I reached out to them ahead of time. They're like, oh, sorry, our kids have got this thing going on. But the young lady that was manning the taps, she was awesome.
Nice.
And it was a blast. It was like 4 people there that day because they just had a snowstorm.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
speaking of which, we've got one coming tomorrow, apparently.
Oh, geez.
So stock up on beer. Although I know you have, I'm sure, Ray. But
Oh, my fridge is fine.
And I'm lucky in those regards because she likes to go to the breweries and stuff too. So it's like we just go.
Yeah.
We like to go check out all the different ones and some cool little spots, like you were saying. It's like,
yeah, Shannon never
talk to everybody, so there's never a stranger wherever we go. So it's
Yeah. Shannon never cares when Todd stops somewhere, so he's good to go in that regard. Yeah.
I like in those regards.
She's like,
So
bring me some Slim
you're
Jims.
stopping in Niagara Falls then, Todd, in July, right?
We're
There you
planning on
go.
coming. Yes. Yeah, we're planning on coming up.
You coming, Rod?
I'm still got on the agenda. She's open to going up to Niagara, so she's never been there. So
Yeah, it's a cool place, Dave. You should look into that too.
Yeah, I work for an airline, so once I get back to work after all those back issues, I could hop on a flight and just get right there.
There you go.
Yeah, so
There you
we're
go.
doing it's Brewtubers Get Together 2024, Niagara
Yeah.
Falls.
I was going to put my vacation in this week for that week, but my boss is on vacation this week, so it's like I got to wait till Monday. Which no, it's still open, so as long as somebody jumps in between
yeah.
now and Monday, I should be good.
So you're gonna start like mosh pit throwing elbows when all the other guys are running to the office, like, no, me first.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's drinking a Harp Lager and a Smittix Red Ale. Thumbs up on Oberon.
Nice.
My friend.
There you
Yes,
go.
indeed.
That's a nice St. Patrick's Day combo right there.
Yeah. I'm thinking he must have picked up a 6 of each probably, so he's still going through it.
So is he doing a red and tan with that instead of a black and tan?
There you go.
Oh, that's a good idea. You could do that, Dee Dee. You could do a red and tan with that.
Would it float though?
If you do it right, if you put the
Only one way to
turtle?
find out.
higher ABV on the bottom, lower ABV on top, I think it's supposed to be by density. Which does remind me, if anybody's ever looking for a black and tan tool, I just posted a link in the comments that I have over on Amazon in the store. They did an Oberon variety pack last year, and I couldn't have been more disappointed. The mango, I mean, it was definitely the best of the variants. So, the mango was in it. See, I would definitely get it with the mango being in it.
Mango habaneros? Sign me up.
See, I was thinking they had a variety pack, so that wasn't totally just.
Yeah, no. So Joe got it last year. I mean, he said, "I take that back. Tropical was pretty good. They haven't released that in a few years. I wasn't a huge fan of the Tropical. I think when I had it, thought it was okay. So me and Joe are opposite on these. What's going on with Oberon? I don't know. Usually we're in sync, but Oberon kind of splits us up there.
Yep.
What is
Paul
up?
and I grabbed a habanero beer from Frank Brewing Company a little while back, and it was different. To get that hit of spice out of a I think it was a lager. It was just it was odd. We did not. I don't think we chugged that one because that was kind of our thing at the end of our episodes. We'd chug them. I don't know that we chugged that one.
Yeah.
But to burn the throat out there by doing that. Yeah.
You guys remember this is like an old beer. This is like more than 20 years ago. Cave Creek chili beer. And it had like the chili pepper on the bottom of the bottle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it look like kind of like a Corona or something with the pepper inside of it? Was it really light looking?
Yeah, it was like a clear bottle. And it was like the first time I had it. And I just remember it was like a hot day in August. And it was helping a buddy move. So we're moving couches and furnitures and sweating our asses off. And he was like, "Oh, dude, you want a beer?" I'm like, "Yes, I want a beer." He hands me that. It's just like, spit it right out. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. I can only imagine, especially if I wasn't expecting it. Like, what's wrong with your beer, man? What's going on here?
I think it's Sagantalk that I had before. They had a Serrano pepper beer, and that was pretty spicy. That was one like, okay, you turn the heat up on this a little bit more than I was expecting.
Yep.
Didn't drain pour
Remember-
it, still finished it, but it was hot.
Remember back when before they had all their sales, but Ballast Point had the habanero sculpin for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Theirs was turned up too on that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that was probably the turned up one the most. And it was just like, really,
Yeah.
guys, like it's definitely for a certain type of drinker. So
Yeah.
That's funny. You talk about drain pouring a beer. I don't think Paul and I have ever done that.
Lanny Kugel Summer Sandy, son.
Yeah.
Every day. Anytime you give it to me, it's going to hit the drain at some point. Yeah.
He said beer, Rod. He said beer.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had some pretty awful RTDs that we've tried. There was a Caesar one that I can't remember the name of the company, but we used to have a young lady that joined us every year. We called her or every episode Jackie the intern, and she actually I think it was that one that she threw up. But, oh no! It was an awful sour that she actually retched. She had to run.
No, she had to run or had to runs.
Yeah. No. It came out the face holes.
There you go. Yeah, and I think the other one was as I think of them, like the Trader Joe's classic name tag lager or whatever. It was terrible. It was just like the Trader Joe's beer. It was like, I mean, you were getting a 6-pack and it was like $2.50 or something like that and everything, right? So it's like, oh, I'll see what they got, because you can find some good beers that are pleasantly fine at Trader Joe's, especially the ones that are done by Una Brew or so many other type breweries that are basically just doing it under Trader Joe's name. But yeah, that was like, I think it was Minhouse that had done it at the time. Minhouse, it was like, yeah.
Did you say a 6-pack for $2.50?
It was something like that at Trader, $2.99 or something. I remember it was like 50 cents a can or something. So yeah,
I mean, that'd probably be your first clue there. But
but like they have like their Trader Jose Mexican lager, and that was like fine. So yeah, it's just
like holiday stuff have been pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's even better than a Doug Ford buck of beer, right? Because you're 50 cent a beer. So
50 cent.
Yeah.
like dollar hot dog and beer night at the Bats game here in Louisville.
Yeah.
Play quarter beer night or whatever it is. I don't know. What
They just Cincinnati did the Cyclones game. At the Cyclones hockey game in Cincinnati, we do dollar beer night too. But shout out to Kettlehead in the house. Cheers, buddy. Great to see you, my friend, as well.
Nice. I went to a 45-cent concert. It was 50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Where's your soundboard at?
So giving a fake laugh on that one.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, don't know.
It's so bad it's good. Come on.
I was gonna say I'd give it to you. That was
It was a stretch. It was a stretch. Give you a little bit of applause on that one there. Let me see here. Beer Patrol said, I'm going to Erie for a bit for a Brit Floyd show, Pink Floyd cover band next week, but best believe I'm hitting up a few beer stores. I know Wegmans. Wegmans is like tops on the East Coast for a lot of stuff that people like. As far as the grocery store chain doing beers, all the Deschutes Black Butte Porter. That is a great beer. Deschutes Black Butte Porter. And one of the beer fest Cincinnati one year that I was at, because I got to know some of the breweries, and I had the Deschutes guy out there. He's like, hey, we're going to go sample this Black Butte, 27. It was like one of their anniversary type ones.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, this shit was so good. They cracked the bottle open, and we're all sitting around, because it's like me and I'm like the only one there that was a volunteer, and all the other guys all from the different breweries and stuff. So it was kind of cool being welcomed into the circle, but it was just like, that shit was so tasty. Yeah. And he just used Black Butte. Sign me up. I'm with you there, Joe.
They just redid their whole design and packaging for that too.
Oh, I didn't realize they did a whole new makeup.
Yeah, they just revamped the logo. It looks pretty sharp.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out. I remember Stone releasing Crime and Punishment. Both beers had super hots in them. They were horrendous, but hot as hell. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Stone, I've been on the lookout because Stone, and it was actually, it was one of my favorite beers from them. But a lot of people also had that same feeling, I guess, but they re-released their Stone Mocha IPA. They said there was so much of a fan outcry to get it back out in the market So you have to find it through Stone distribution, but none of my Stone places have gotten it as of yet. So I'm trying to find that Stone Mocha IPA. That was, if you're a stout fan and you're an IPA fan, this is like the colliding of both worlds. They do a pretty good job with it. So hopefully the recipe didn't change at all. What's that you got there? Other half? Is that other half?
Well, it's a collaboration with Other Half, and
I saw the can there. I thought it was on the artwork. I was like, that's like Other Half.
Yeah, so it's Tripping Animals, which is out of Florida.
They're solid brewery. Yeah.
So we actually just started getting some of their stuff here within the last month, I guess. So I picked one up. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. But I didn't realize it was part of Other Half until just now. And I saw it. I was like, wait a minute. So it's a double IPA, 8.5% ABV.
Yeah.
Tripping Animals and Other Half. And this one's called Day Tripping.
Oh, nice. Well, it's actually fitting that we have a Canadian representative here for the beers that I'm going to crack open.
Oh.
But we also have an Illinois representative too. So this is from Un Ani Brewery.
Yeah.
In Niles, Illinois. So you know the brewery. It is the Hubbard's Cave French toast.
Okay.
So this is the first beer I've had from this brewery ever.
Yeah, they put out some really good stuff.
Yeah,
I mentioned
Cave a couple years ago when I was in Chicago for business.
So this is 12% ABV, and I mentioned Canada because it is imperial stout fermented with cinnamon, maple syrup, vanilla beans, and lactose. So if Shane was here, Sean would be like, "What?" Shane would be like, "What is that maple? Is that maple in there?" Yeah.
What is it? Real maple syrup? Is it real Canadian maple syrup?
It's probably the Americanized version. You know,
yeah, it's not real.
Like
maple syrup light.
It's different. It's not the same.
But I know Dave said, I know Dave with the lactose is going to say, "Oh, I can't deal with the lactose." But I've had this actually for a bit of time, so I'm interested to see how it actually held up because it was one of those cellar beers that I just hadn't gotten around to.
It
pours great, man. Look at it, nice head on that.
Yeah. Now this is actually
color.
This is one of the glasses designed for bourbon barrel aged stouts, by the way. So
sweet.
Nice pour on a nice color, nice head. Get a little bit like a cinnamon on the nose. Not overly aromatic though. Oh, that's fun. Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna need a minute, folks.
Clean up in aisle 6.
Clean up in so Ray and Todd, what's new? What's exciting? we'll give Rod a few minutes.
Rod, turn the camera off, Rod, just so we can see.
Yeah.
We'll hold down the fort.
Turn your camera off, buddy. Turn your camera off.
Right? Yeah.
Throw a towel or something.
Yeah.
What comes to mind?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. This has the coffee feel coming throughout. The aftertaste that just lingers. You have the coffee that comes in, but also lingers around like a coffee grounds type feel. You get the cinnamon, you get the maple, you got a velvety smoothness in the body itself. Leaves a great after feel, not overly carbonated in any way, so it's got a nice smoothness to it.
Man, you need a cigarette after that or something, man. You're about to.
The cinnamon is lingering around nicely. Got a little bit of a cinnamon toast crunch type appeal to it. If you ever had the cinnamon toast crunch cereal, a little bit of that like in play. It's got a little bit of a sweetness, not overly sweet, but a nice sweetness as well. Just like hangs in the mouth. Oh, that's the problem. Like I said, watch you open a beer and it's like, oh, I should have reviewed that right on the video, right? Yeah, this is one of those beers like I should have probably done a video review on, but you know what? I got enough beer to kind of do that kind of stuff. I'm going to start bringing stuff to the people. If you get a chance to, like Todd said, he's had this before, like a Hubbard's Cave years ago, and this brewery that I've never heard of before, but if you get a chance to see this, I don't know how far they go out of Illinois, but it delivers. And one of the things I always look at as, you know, me and Dave are doing the judging for like the craft beer marketing awards right now. How you present on a can, right? If you present something on a can, you want that to come through. Like you get somebody that says it'll be like I don't know, pistachio type style, but you don't get any pistachio in it type thing. Like, no, the picture on here is kind of what you get that in the taste. You start thinking about French toast as you're actually drinking this here. So kudos to them. This is solid. This is a nice one. This is one. Yeah, if I see this again at some point, I may have to grab another one just to do a review on. But
it's not overly sweet.
Not overly sweet, but it's definitely dessert sweet stout to it.
What's the ABV on
that? This is 12. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is 12, and it's got a nice
session ale.
Nice, yeah, right. A nice stick-to-ness to it that it just sticks right inside the cheek area, and that you have all the flavor. It's just like it latches in. It latches in the cheeks where it's just like that aftertaste. It's not going anywhere. So it's like a nice conversation type beer. You can sit there talking with people. Don't feel like you have to dig right back in because you have that flavor still kicking around. This one here, too, for those of you that like to enjoy cigars like I do from time to time, is a good one you can pair with a cigar. This will have a great pairing with tobacco of a cigar and everything. As you're swirling a cigar around in the mouth and having this in the mouth already, I think it would enhance each other. So, yeah, this is some damn good shit. So,
yeah, I checked Tapped and I only had one from them. I was thinking I picked up more than that, but it was a vanilla stout. It was also 12%.
Yeah,
it was.
Well, that's one of the places that's like on my list to go to with this Drink Illinois beer series I'm doing. So if they have some more of that, I'll have to grab a 4-pack of that.
Yeah, I would definitely highly recommend it. And speaking of that, because I did want to get into some of your stuff there too. So as far as your channel there, and Ray, we'll get into yours as well with the Alkanauts too. But Dave, you got the stuff happening, like to share with people what you're doing there, especially the Drink Illinois series, because I see Big Daddy Mojo's in the house now too, and he's in Illinois as well, and just some of the stuff that you're kind of doing with that.
Yeah, like, and it just started on a whim a couple weeks ago when I did my anniversary show, but I wanted to focus more. I mean, I still do beers from all over, but like maybe one beer during the podcast and then on videos to do more stuff in the state. So, I grabbed the list as comprehensive as I could. There's over 200 breweries here, and I want to hit as many of them, or if I'm not going to go to them, have some of the beer, here at the house. I want to include different like bars and taverns, because for a lot of us, that's like the place we, notice beer for the first time. So I don't want to like exclude them, and maybe some liquor stores, and try to get as much in the state as I can. I came up with a cool logo design for that. It's getting a little traction. And then, I mean, it's a big state. I can't get to all of them. Some places are just nano breweries and they don't distribute, they don't can. So I'm trying to like working on getting a couple friends of mine, like, hey, if you want to go drink it, I'll put your logo up on the screen, or I'll include everything in the audio podcast. Plug away. If you have a beer that I can't get to and you think they're good and want to talk about in Illinois,
right,
by all means, hit me up and we'll make it happen.
There you go. So make sure again to check out Dave's channel there, Beer in Front, as he does that and explores some fantastic beers. We all know Illinois has some great breweries throughout the state, and they're doing some good stuff there in the beer area. And then Ray, like with the alcohol. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And the other thing, because Ray's here too, that, I was talking to you about earlier today, Rod, trying to get, I don't know if there's a way, and I don't know where, like, we should go with this, but I'm thinking there needs to be more of like a group of people like us. We're not showing our titties on Instagram. We're just like people that like beer. And
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that.
I'll put my Italian Speedo on and talk about beer.
Nobody wants my B cups. I'm just saying.
But I don't know if it's like a group or an organization where, like, I've had people on my show, I've fed some people over to Rod, trying to hook me up with that other brewery. Kind of like a group or an organization where we kind of look out for each other. Hey, if like we were talking today about Elgato, if there's like tips for YouTubers or audio podcasts like I do, So I grabbed the logo, which I, shared with Rod J, kind of like a beer media group where, hey, I work with some PR people, which I'm sure all of you do. We could say, hey, you know what? I got a guy in Baltimore. I've got a guy in Canada. I've got a guy here. I've got a guy there. If you want to spread your message about beer. So that's in like the back of my head. I came up with a logo. Can I share it on here, Rod?
Yeah, you can share it on here.
What is it under present?
Yep.
You got to share it, then I got to present it, I think. Yeah. So once you,
let me see
go to present.
Yeah. Okay.
Verify, and then I can link it up.
Upload file. I got too many windows open up here with the NCAA, so hold on one second. I'm thinking about it here.
It sounds like my days at work. I got 3 screens going and about 47 tabs. So
yeah. I just got 3 screens going, and I feel like after a point you get so used to it, you're like, I can still use another screen. I can use another screen.
100%.
Like, yeah. I mean, I definitely want to get to the point. Where was it? What was the Tom Cruise movie when he was the cop going back in time?
Oh shit! This will only let me do PDFs, and I only have it saved as an image file here. So, give me a minute, and I'll save it as a PDF.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the movie when he went back to like catch crimes in the past before they actually happened.
I want to say Time Cop. That wasn't Tom Cruise, was it?
No, it wasn't that one. It was.
I'm not sure.
It might have been Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know when I say it, people be like, "Oh yeah, that one." Someone might be saying in the comments by the time I type this in. Minority
That's
Report.
exactly what it is.
Minority Report.
Right.
And so,
yes.
and it's like when it seems that he has like all the different screens in front, he's just moving stuff all around. Like I want something like that where I can just pull this down, pull that down. But he has like 8 screens he's pulling information from, which would be pretty cool.
I talked to our IT guy into getting us a whole bunch of 32-inch curved monitors for all of us at work. It's just it makes life so easy. We've all got a 27-inch in front of us. We've got our laptops, and then we got a 32-inch curve that it just makes the workflow so much better.
Oh yeah, I got 2. I don't say maybe like 24 inches or whatever, but I got like a laptop in the middle of them. So we run our computer stuff on the 2 main screens, and they're like, "Oh, but put Teams on your laptop because Teams just screws everything up." So we had to put that on the laptop.
Teams is a disaster.
It is.
Our IT guys moved us all over to Teams, and it's so funny because we still, in my department, in the sales team, we've got a Skype chat that we use all the time. And IT gets so upset with us. They're like, "No, you can do all that on Teams." It's like, yeah, but then you can see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the laptop I'm using right now is actually my work laptop.
Yeah.
And because I got a nice gaming PC up in the office that we use for stuff. But I was just happened to be looking at some stuff, waiting for my wife to come out of a meeting that she's in, and I was like, I'll jump and see what Rod J's doing. So I'm on the work laptop, and I was like, you know what, this thing actually works all right.
Yeah. I got a Surface they got for our work laptop. They do work nicely.
IT guys at my place do not like the Surfaces. Our sales team wanted them. They bought 12, and I think there's 4 that still work. The charging thing is busted off. They're not road worn.
Well, mine stays stable, so I don't have to go anywhere with it. But there's different types. There's different types of.
Got one. Yeah, my kid's got a Surface. She loves it. So,
well, there's different types of, like the one I have a personal one that my wife didn't want anymore that I actually took over, where you can split it off to the tablet, right? Yep. The one I have for work, you can't split off to a tablet, so it's more like a laptop type version. So there's different ones they have there.
Okay. This laptop they got me from work. It's an Asus. It's the Expert Book, but the whole thing it flips back into a tablet mode. It does all this stuff. It's an i7 12th gen, 32 gigs of RAM. Like it'd be like $47,000 Canadian and like $599 US, but
that conversion rate, damn. Yeah,
it kills us.
But Dave's gonna get a couple comments here. Big Daddy sipping on a Hot Butcher Peak Mosaic Triple IPA 10.5. Very nice, my friend.
Hot Butcher for the world. I love that place.
Yeah, they are freaking awesome.
Oh, they took such good care of us when we were down there for
I got
the Brewtubers in Chicago. Oh man.
Oh yeah, they do a good job. Well, when I came in town, Dave was with me as well, and a couple other guys that I knew there. We met up with JT and Liz, and we had a blast there. So I was the only YouTuber. Well, Dave came in, but they didn't know. I don't think they knew Dave was a YouTuber, but they didn't have the place card stuff. They took care of us when we were there for sure, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm not like I'm not a YouTuber like you guys are. I just do little clips. So
yeah, but you got the podcast type stuff you're doing too. I mean, if people know you around Illinois and Chicago now for the beer stuff. And
that's how we came across Bad Apple was coming out of Hot Butcher.
That Bad Apple. Oh, best burger I've had in years. I tell you that. Yeah. Oh, you changed it up a little bit, I think there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like it.
I'm thinking like what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably change the font to more of a typewriter font for people like there's writers out there, and then maybe put like around the top and bottom like a film strip for people that do video. So it'll encompass everything and just kind of like, I don't know, like a group organization, a resource group where, we could share leads, share tips, like video tips, audio tips, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm kicking around right now.
Yeah, it looks great, man. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I told Dave earlier, in the back of my mind, I have been actually working on a few things, kind of thinking and trying to put together a group that's kind of a brain trust type stuff where we can kind of have the same type of thing Dave's kind of driving toward, where key people that are really deep into the beer type thing, where we have opportunities to share great ideas and look to maybe get stuff formulated. So if I'm talking to, for instance, like when I had Linda on from Mad River, who's out in California, great interview stuff with her, but her story needs to be told more by people I know in California too, right? To get people into that brewery. Or if I have someone on from Hot Butcher, like Dave and Mao and all them need to be able to tell a story on their channels more. So being able to have some type of consortium where we can get everybody all together and stuff. So I think it's a good idea.
Like, give like I grabbed the domain because I saw nobody had Beer Media Group. So, I just grabbed it for $12 just to hold on to it just now.
Yeah.
But like if we do something like everybody has like a separate page, okay, hey, listen, I'm Rod J. I'm based out of Baltimore. This is what I do. I'm Ray. This is the Alkanauts. This is what we do out of Canada, where even like PR people or breweries could look, okay, I know I want to get my word out to Canada. I'm going to go click on the Alkanauts. I need to do something on the East Coast. I'll click on Rod J. If I need something in the Midwest here, and then, try to like branch out, which, might make it easier on brewery people and PR people as well.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. I can definitely see an opportunity with it. And I think there's something to actually be done for sure. So we definitely need to have those conversations. And for those of you that are watching that have the channels, Joe and I just saw Bill came in from Beer Hounds. He's out with OC in California, but people that have stuff, there might be something you want to consider if we do put something together to be a part of, because it might be an opportunity to kind of swing some things your way for material and stuff.
What a lot of us like, none of this is a competition. We just like beer and we like talking about it, whether it's on like me with a podcast on video like you guys. So it's not a competition. So if we could like spread the wealth, like, okay, I've got this person coming on from this place. Hey, why don't you go talk to Rod J? Why don't you talk to Ray? Talk to Todd, talk to everybody. That'll help like get the word out for their products, help us with content. Yeah, it doesn't, we're all in this together. We're all a little side hustle trying to get a few free beers out of the world.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, well, there's definitely some opportunities.
Yeah.
No.
I can take care of that.
And let's welcome Shannon in. Let's welcome Shannon and everybody, because we got
Shannon.
We got little tipsy Shannon, which is always great to have on here. Maybe a little tipsy, maybe a little, maybe I don't know. Shannon, a little.
Over as a judge.
That's not true. Go ahead, Ray.
I was just gonna say to sort of add into what Dave's saying, like just doing simple things. Like I discovered tonight while we're on here, I'm actually sharing now what we're doing on our YouTube channel. I linked the StreamYard
Yes.
to the Alkanauts YouTube channel.
And I
So
meant to mention that
we're
earlier.
broadcasting over there too.
Yeah, I didn't mention it earlier, and I should have, but yeah, whenever you come on, you can set up like this. So Dave wanted to link this to his beer in front and do this. When Mal comes on every week, she links it right over to her channel. So there's a way you can actually do that and be able to build up there too. Yeah.
I wasn't going to mention anything because I was just going to be kind of sneaky about it and then apologize later, right? So
no, it's great. No, I want people to do it. So actually, I
not permission.
100%.
You should be in sales because that's what we say in sales all the time.
I used to sell used cars, guys. So you can't get one by me.
And you say, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Can you forgive me? I didn't know I couldn't do that. That's my mistake.
That's wrong. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just gotta. You switched over to that crazy beer, Rod, and I'm
Hubbard's
keeping
Cave.
it non-beer tonight. I just pulled this out of the fridge.
Ooh.
Again.
Okay.
From Dylan Small Batch Brewing. This is just like 20 minutes up the highway from me. These guys do some killer distilling.
Okay.
They put together amazing. I wish I actually had pulled some images down. I didn't think I was going to get into this tonight, but they do these amazing.
You never know in this show what you're going to get into.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I'd be in bed by now. I got to go to work in the morning. I work from home today. I'm in the office tomorrow, but
That's a tomorrow problem, not a today problem.
100%. I like that girl.
Yes.
But yeah, so we actually use Dylan's where I work. I work in a convention center right now in the events industry, and we gift a lot of our clients. And they put together these amazing gift boxes where it's the distilled spirits and all the fixings to make a cocktail.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
They do a Moscow Mule. They do all sorts of stuff. They do seasonal stuff, and they give you all of the ingredients except for the non-alcoholic like liquids that you might need. But if it's got honey in it, they give you honey. If it's got dehydrated lime in it, they give you the dehydrated limes. They give you the candied this. They're amazing little gift boxes, and I think they're like $65 a box.
Oh wow.
Which is pretty dang cheap because they give you a full bottle of product plus the stuff.
Okay.
So
Nice.
So how do we get one?
Was that Canadian or is that American?
well, when you guys come up to Niagara, I will figure out a way to get you guys up to the distillery.
There you go.
Sweet.
But speaking of gin, because I was going to ask earlier,
Whew.
'cause I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to probably pick it up. Has anybody tried the Snoop and Dre gin and juice drinks?
I had it here a couple weeks ago.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah. It's a new thing. They have like a variety 4-pack out, and it's pretty good. I will say it's like the citrus would probably be my favorite, but there's like a passion fruit, a mango, and I forget what the other one is, but they're pretty solid.
But what took so long?
Yeah. You
Money,
can't just,
Snoop Dogg and
Dre.
Dr. Dre didn't have. I mean, I feel.
Well,
like
I mean, they
they're
got other projects and stuff they're doing, so you know,
They
and
were waiting.
Somebody's got to brew it and make it and pay them the money to slap their name on it.
You're right. Pretty
yeah.
much.
But I mean, Snoop took over the Death Record name like a couple years ago, so having gin and juice under it makes sense. Yeah.
Rod, do you think that Snoop Dogg is as cool as he seems?
I think he's at this point. I mean, he's like 60-something years old, so he's pretty laid back. But
Laid back.
Yeah.
I mean, if you'd have told me like in 1992 or 93
Yeah,
when they were doing deep
But
cover
now-
like him and Dre, that Snoop was gonna be hanging out with Martha Stewart at some point, I'd be like, you gotta be crazy. Like,
Right.
why would Snoop hang out with Martha
No way.
Stewart, right? I didn't know what that's
Well,
gonna happen.
Stewart went to prison.
Well, it's gotta
Yeah.
be, yeah.
The resort prison, but you know, it was. I'm sure it was very hard for her.
That's when she became a G, though, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think he relate back. I mean, I think it's just funny that he tells the story about him when him and Willie Nelson tried to smoke weed and he had to tap out.
Yeah.
He had to tap out because Willie was too hardcore. Willie was like, killing him with the weed. Like,
So,
Willie's
do
90.
you ever listen to Howard Stern?
Not in a long time.
not in a long time. I haven't, but yeah.
So I was listening listening to him today, and
Kelsey Musgrave.
yeah, do you know who Casey
Or
Musgraves?
Casey Musgrave.
Casey Musgraves is?
I don't.
Yeah, she's a country singer, but she's
That's what I was gonna say,
very
too.
like chill, liberal country
Yeah.
singer. And she was on Howard Stern, and she was like, her and Willie Nelson, I don't know where they met up at, but she was smoking one of his joints also.
Yeah.
And I think she took like a couple
She
of
said,
puffs.
yeah, she kept half
Yeah.
of it to keep as a souvenir.
Well, she's
or
got
whatever
like it.
to-
She framed it, and
Yeah.
it's at her home.
to put it
like
on her. Well,
the
yeah.
other half of the joint, like
Yeah.
framed it.
Well, who was the one country singer? Because I've actually checked out a couple of her. Lainey Wilson, like
Yeah.
she was on Yellowstone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, y'all
That's
didn't.
a
Y'all,
bunch of weight now, though. Like,
yeah, well, y'all didn't show the backside on Yellowstone, but it's like, oh, okay, she's got like a little Lopez thing happening down there.
okay.
Yeah. I still don't know. I still don't know how Yellowstone Jimmy gets all the girls. Though he's like the dopiest person, but
because
you know,
because I will tell you why. Because Taylor Sheridan, is that who writes it?
yeah,
He was a dorky kid, and he writes all the shows. And so he wants the dorky kid to get all the girls because he didn't, and he's writing the show.
okay. Well, I guess so because Jimmy's like,
Possibility.
seriously, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy, like,
Yeah.
I know.
But which I didn't realize, but Taylor Sheridan also did Bass Reeves. Did you know that? That's one of his shows too. The Bass Reeves story, Long Range. Look, yeah, he did that one. So I'm about to watch that too because I get it free on Showtime, which I didn't know from Paramount Plus. So yeah.
I've never even heard of that show.
Guys.
Bass Reeves. He's the one the Lone Ranger was based off. He's a black ranger back in like 1860 something. But that's who the Lone Ranger was based off of because he had to wear a mask and stuff for his identity.
Mhm.
So I just finished watching Mayor Kingstown.
I've never watched that. I want to because I heard
it's
Jeremy
good.
Renner is so good on that.
It
Yeah, it
is
is good.
really good.
I watched it. She just finally watched it.
Well, I think we watched the first episode way back when, and then I was like, because Kyle Chandler is one of the
Friday Night Lights.
actors, and he was
Mhm.
in Friday Night Lights, and they were like, "Oh, he's in this show," and then the first episode they killed him.
Well, don't spoil it in case.
Well,
Well,
it's not that
it's
big
kind of late
deal.
now. I mean, you know, it's out of the
Really
bag.
It's not. It really isn't.
It's not. It's like,
They draw you. Yeah, they kind of bring people in.
and
because
then
of
I'm
him,
like,
but-
well, I don't like the games they're playing. They're trying to trick me to watch the show because of the marketing, and I'm out. And then I was like looking, and so I started. It's so.
Well, you should watch City on the Hill with Kevin Bacon too. That's another good one.
See, I'm not a
That's-
big Kevin Bacon fan.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good in there. I mean,
I don't know. I just can't get behind him.
I got that on the list to watch. I just haven't watched it.
he plays one of those roles where you watch him and you get so into it. You're like, you're such a dick on this. So, like, you just like, because if you like Kevin Bacon before, it'll have you. It's like when Samuel L. Jackson was in Django. You just hated Samuel L. Jackson for playing that role, but he had to play the role. But it's just like,
I've never hated Samuel L. Jackson.
have
no
you
matter
seen
what
Django?
else
Have you
did,
seen
no way.
Django? Have you seen Django?
No, I don't think
Probably
she.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see Django, it's like, what a prick. Like,
I don't know. I just don't think I could ever. I just don't.
So-
So Rod, did you and Dave notice when Todd got up, there was a creepy guy in the window peeping in on Shannon?
Well, he must have had a ladder. He tried really hard to get up here then because
No, there was some creepy guy with a beard and a bald head with a beige shirt on, like walking around in the window behind you. It was creepy.
they get the children of corn behind them too. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy when that happens.
That's a them problem, not a me problem.
Let me see some of these comments here. Brutal, bringing up Minhas any kind of live show is grounds for being booted from the show. I mean, yeah, everybody hates Minhas for the main point. It seems like you bring up Minhas with one of our buddies, Dan, Western Canadian reviewer, and he just goes right off on a tangent about how bad Minhas is. So yeah.
So I gotta ask, like, what do we get in Canada that's Minhas?
I don't know what Dan had gotten at the time, but they're right there, like in the Wisconsin border, so they must be importing some stuff
Right.
they're doing. Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean I see her on Dragon's Den,
yeah,
but I have no idea what those beverages are.
yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, you have to see if like any of the stuff from Minhas coming in over there for sure.
Oh, the Beer
Joe says I'm here for
Patrol.
race
I am
gadgets.
here all week. Try the veal, tip your servers. Oh, yeah.
So we need to get Joe up for the beer thing coming up because he's right
Well,
there.
he's right there. He's right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
where's Joe?
Yeah.
He's in
Joe,
Buffalo.
the Beer Patrol. He's right there in Buffalo.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I told Joe about it too when we did the show and stuff that he was on. So yeah,
you might
I
have.
think if we're up in that area, he's going to come. He'll come across the Niagara for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
Joe doesn't
Yeah,
know
for
yet.
sure.
We're planning on stopping there when we're up that way just to see him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's
So-
no
so-
way I'm not gonna like Joe. The only person I want to
She wants to meet his dad.
more
She wants to.
than
She wants to
Joe.
meet Jack. She wants to meet Jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to catch. I would love to catch up with Jack again too when I'm up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's cool. Beer Hound, we got Bill out in OC. Cheers, my friend. Greetings, Earthlings. Yeah, man, I need to find that Mocha IPA. I remember thoroughly did. Yeah, it's a great beer. Stone brought it back. I don't know if Stone actually wanted to bring it back, or if their daddy, which is like one of the Japanese breweries, Kirin, I think now, that said, hey, you need to bring this back. You had good sales from this or whatever. So
Well, I haven't seen it in a while.
we need a poutine beer, baby. A poutine. Can we do
Oh,
a poutine
there
beer?
you go.
Right.
Yes.
Could you do a beer to capture poutine enough?
Potato,
Because it-
cheese, and gravy. How do you make
I
that
mean,
work?
If you fail big time with that.
The
Yeah.
You
sauce
fail
for-
big time.
the
But if you
sauce
fail,
for fries.
it's either going to be an absolute epic win or an epic
Yeah.
fail. And an
Yeah.
epic
There's no
fail
middle
is still
ground.
an epic
Yeah.
win.
That's a tap room only deal right there. Yeah.
Right. I got
Mm.
some friends at breweries, so we are all over that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that and figure out a way to make it happen.
Turn on what light there, Dee? What light? They've been to Crust Brewing. Great beer. Have you been to
No.
Crust Brewing?
I've not been there out in Rosemont, and I need to get there and do like them and Short Fuse, which is right down the street. But no, I have not been to Crust. I used to live in Rosemont, but they opened up after I moved out and moved back to the city.
And Emerson said, oh shit, Shannon's here. Hide the weed and poker chips. Hi, Shannon.
You can have the poker chips, but don't have the weed.
Every door opens to Snoop. Yeah. JV in the house. Cheers, JV. Great channel as well. If you haven't checked out JV, make sure to check him out. Great. If you love to like guitar play, JV does some great guitar covers on his channel for sure.
Sweet.
And he has, if you're a rock fan or any type of music fan, really, but he does a lot of the battle of different brackets. And he should be doing a March bracket live stream actually right now because of March Madness. But he always has bracket breakdowns of one band versus another on this channel.
Oh,
too.
is he the
Cool.
one that had like Queen and I think I watched that last year.
It was the whole Queen and the Beatles, and Blake was upset because everybody picked Queen.
Yes, I watched that. That was so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blake is still upset by that, by the way. He said hashtag Shannon rocks.
Aw, thank you.
I gotta
Anyone
check
make
out
any
that
bad?
channel for sure.
Yeah, definitely check out JV's Hangout. He's got the best McDonald commercial you've never seen.
Oh,
Really?
Jake, what bad life decisions did you make? Because we might be able to learn from what you did, so we don't do the same thing.
We all make bad life decisions at some point,
Yes,
right? Yeah, yeah.
Aaron, so we don't repeat them.
Just subscribe to
Everybody else
JV.
is-
So
Me too.
There you go. Nice. And was speaking of McDonald's, I need to get over and get a Shamrock Shake before they're going. I haven't had a Shamrock Shake in
So
March.
boring.
I like Shamrock Shake. You like Shamrock Shakes?
I mean,
I mean,
like,
our McDonald's never has any kind of milkshake, period. So I don't even know if they even
but
offer
honestly,
that.
if I'm gonna get a milkshake, it's not gonna be from McDonald's.
I mean, probably.
No, I mean I can get stuff from other places. I mean, actually, Short Ice Cream Roll, we got stuff in there from what's
It's
that
like
one ice cream? What's the
Red.
one ice cream place with the soft ice cream?
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
No, not Dairy Queen, but they do the
Tasty
scraping.
Freeze?
They do the scraping.
Oh,
Cold
Cold
Stone.
Stone.
So we got some Cold Stone and stuff right
Cold
now.
Stone.
Like,
So
it would take way too long.
yeah, I don't really need the Cold Stone stuff though. I mean, come on, I'm trying to work
That-
out, but it tastes so good. It's like crack. It's like ice cream crack.
Right, I think we've had
work
this
out.
conversation before, but you know, we talk about a lot of things over and over, like how do you pronounce pecan or pecan? We talk, and if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, so I don't feel so bad for bringing this up again. What's your one ice cream flavor? If you could only eat one ice cream ever again, what would it be?
I don't think we've ever talked-
Flavor and where it's from.
Ooh, that's a tough question. Although I would say I've over the years, recently,
Of all time. Over the
I will
years.
say I have become more of a Cold Stone type fan versus Friendlies versus Dairy Queen versus some of the other ones out there.
Yes.
And their I want to say it's cookie batter. It's pretty fucking delicious. So
that's what you pick?
I think it was like the cookie batter, maybe. I like cookie dough too, though.
All
It's
right.
yeah, I mean, it's what did
I'm
you think I
not
was going to?
judging you. I'm just,
Apparently
I
you are
feel
because
like
you
you're
said
very
that's what you
smart.
picked. So I feel like you are judging me by the way you responded to my answer.
maybe a little.
She gave you like that Prince eye roll there too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I might be. I don't.
She gave me the Regis
but now
Philbin
that-
final answer. Is that your
I'm
final
sorry,
answer?
I'm sorry. You get to pick. I'm sorry. Maybe I was.
I'm like,
I didn't-
maybe not. Maybe not if Shannon's going to judge me on it. Maybe that's not my
I'm
answer.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
man.
I'm gonna go find a Cold Stone Creamery, and I'm gonna try that.
It's the batter one is pretty good. I'll give it to Dave and Ray so they can decide their ice cream.
Well, let me tell you. I mean,
Right.
we're spoiled up here in Canada because we got some great ice cream places up here. But I got to go back to real quick. You said pecan or pecan. My
Yes.
father-in-law used to say pickin'. He had a pickin' pie.
Really? Never
Oh.
heard of that one. Okay.
But so on that same note, I love from Kawartha Lakes Dairy their pralines and cream, or is it
Ooh.
pralines and cream?
I think you
Right.
made that up.
I think pralines is pretty
Anybody
solid as
really
going with
call
that.
it
Yeah.
pralines?
I was gonna say.
I've heard that. I've heard pralines and cream.
Wow.
I've got some family down in Ohio, and they all say pralines and cream.
No.
Now I used to be through Ohio. I've
There you
never heard
go,
anybody
Rob.
say that, but yeah, that's
Now we
interesting.
move on to
But then-
Cradle-
But then they all live in a place called Cuyahoga Lake, or they
Yes,
say Cuyahoga Lake.
Cleveland. That's Cleveland area.
Or
Oh,
Cuyahoga Falls.
they don't say Cuyahoga. That's what it's pronounced for
They
most
say
people.
Cuyahoga Falls, Cuyahoga Lake,
Hmm.
Cuyahoga Falls, or Cuyahoga Lake.
Interesting.
like
And they
Wow.
said pralines.
praline,
So, but-
pecans, and whatever the lake's called. That there's like three.
Whatever it's called.
And just peach.
I thought it was Cuyahoga, but yeah,
All
Yeah,
right.
they
But
all said Cuyahoga Falls.
we got
I
the
was like, what?
Mahanagelia River in between West Virginia and Pittsburgh, so people get confused on that too.
Well, it's kind of like up
we
here,
do.
Keep
up
up
here
with
Buffalo
the
way. You got the Skidjackwada Expressway, and it goes to Cheektowaga and Lackawanna and all those places. So
Because a lot of these have like Native American names in a lot of these areas
100%.
from the tribes and stuff. Yeah. But
Ah,
Dave,
okay.
what's Dave's ice cream?
For his ice cream.
I love coconut ice cream and like a good coffee ice cream.
Oh, here comes Joe's gonna pop back.
Joe's gonna burst right now.
Yeah.
Joe's
There's like
gonna
a
pop
little
back in
local
any
spot
minute.
by
I'll say
me.
coconut.
If you
Yeah,
could
there's a
only
local
have
spot
one
by
ice
me
cream-
called Teddy's that has some great coconut ice cream. So
Oh,
big fan of coconut, and coffee would be like number 2 for me.
Well, Dave Z, if you could only eat one ice cream for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Coconut.
Coconut by who though?
It's a place called Teddy's. It's like a little local shop right down the street. They make all their stuff right there. So yeah, that's really good.
I love that.
that's cool.
I love
Can we
that.
blend 2 flavors into one? Just be
No,
like, if it's the same
no.
place.
Coconut
Same
coffee.
spot.
I mean, you could.
Kubi.
You could,
Kubi ice
but
cream.
that's
Kubi
not
ice
the
cream.
question.
No, Shannon's making the rules. You got to play by Shannon's
Apparently
rules.
so.
Yeah.
apparently so.
Like, this is my question. If next question you want to ask, what's your favorite 2 flavors to blend together?
All right, Dave. Just you. My question is, what are your favorite 2?
No, no. What's your, what ice cream would you pick?
So we have a little ice cream place right down the street from us, Chillers. Probably I like their peanut butter chocolate ice cream.
Well, they have
No, it's
the
combined.
frozen yogurt.
It's combined. No, that's their ice cream. It's combined. I get their milkshake sometimes. It's that way also.
Okay. Mine is
It's a regular ice cream. I mean, they do have yogurt, but no, it's ice
mine
cream.
is Baskin Robbins or
31 flavors.
the peanut butter and chocolate. And the last time I had it was like
So why are you gonna get me on being two flavors? And you said the same thing I did.
No. No, I'm just saying whatever. But like Baskin Robbins, and what I like is it's chocolate and it's got swirls of hard peanut butter in it.
Shannon, that's my wife's favorite too. And I just picked them up for her last week.
But there's no Baskin Robbins around here.
Yeah, we don't have one around.
There used to be when I was a kid, when our daughter was 3. So 16 years ago was probably the last time I had that.
So it's funny you say that. We happen to have one of those in Niagara Falls.
There you go. Well, I usually see Baskin Robbins, or it's like a Baskin Robbins and like A&W or something. Like they're teamed up usually with somebody else when I see them.
Used to be one here when I was a kid, but
Ours up here is a standalone. It's in like the lobby level of a hotel.
But the Cold Stone one is cake batter. Is the one.
Cake batter.
Cake batter.
Cake batter.
Yeah, that's pretty tasty. I mean, make a fat kid smile. I'm just saying.
It's ice cream, son. They would smile anyway, right?
Thank you, my friend. Yes, doing well. Always appreciate you, JV. JV's got a great channel. So I don't know if you're still doing the live streams as much, but I need to catch up on your stuff too there, my friend. But I always like watching the guitar solos and stuff that you play there. Does some great work. McDonald's ice cream is decent. They tell me I don't know though, because machines are always broke when I go. I've never been to McDonald's when an ice cream machine is broken. I don't know if that's like one of those tales that people make up or it actually happens, because I never had it happen to me.
You know what's funny?
Todd did,
I just learned. Apparently, McDonald's Corporation owns the company that produces and repairs their ice cream machines.
I've heard that.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's like, no, we're not fixing that. Like, okay,
conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Could you imagine having a company like McDonald's and trying to get enough people to employ workers for McDonald's?
They don't have to worry about it. They use prison labor for stuff, so they're good.
Well,
wait, what?
McDonald's uses prison labor for a lot of their stuff they do, for as far as the creation of some of their things, as far as materials, straws, napkin, all kinds of different stuff. They're like the #1 prison labor employer.
Really?
You didn't know that? Like, yeah, McDonald's does. Yeah, in America, prison labor is pretty economical for a lot of corporations. McDonald's is one of the leaders of it. Yeah.
I mean, I knew that like the prison system was to make money. It's like it's not even for the government. It's like private corporations.
Well, now you have private corporations buying some of the prisons. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know McDonald's had a hand in it.
Well, McDonald's uses a lot of the prison force for stuff. Well, I think Walmart does. There's a few. I mean, there's lists out there of companies that actually use a lot of prison labor. I mean, it's cheaper for them because they can only make like 10 cents an hour or whatever, 13. Yeah. So
cheap labor.
Yeah.
You need to watch Mayor Kingstown, because when you watch that, you're like, no, Jesus Christ. I just like to be like not feel bad about something I enjoy.
You're enjoying beer right now, so you should feel good. Miller Lite, right? Miller Lite.
Them dogs feel good. They agree.
Oh, let me see here. Hey, what's up, Vanessa? Cheers, my friend. You can do as many flights as you want. As long as you can stand at the end of the night, you're good to go. So,
and take a taxi.
The poll question, 86% of people do flights now, 14% do not do flights. I just feel like when I go into a brewery, I always like to get the flight, and I can kind of just go through different beers, get the taste, and then
100%
kind of settle into what I like. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how you would not like to get a flight.
Yeah.
What's up, Trez? Cheers, homie. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. Trez was macking.
I like the new pick.
If you saw Trez on Instagram, he was macking out there the other day. He had a stout. He had a cigar. Yeah, he was chilling.
We still need to hook up. We need to get to Cincinnati and hook up with Trez.
Holding it down in Cincinnati. Vanessa's hi. Shannon, Todd, Rod, Alkanaz. Yes, definitely great to have you. Vanessa's got some great stuff too. So Vanessa doesn't. She has a YouTube follow, but she does most of her stuff on Instagram. But if you want to learn how to craft some stuff, follow Vanessa_M_Kitty. She has a lot of great stuff she shares. Hi, Dave, as well from Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa. I just looked it up. It's actually pronounced pralines. Wow, I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Hey, it's subjective, not objective, right?
Ray said, whoa. Yeah, it's pralines. Yeah. I found a marshmallow company south of me near my favorite whole leaf tobacco company. I like
I mean,
marshmallows.
honestly, I'm surprised Vanessa doesn't make her own marshmallows. So
Yeah.
Oh, she has. I think.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I know, right? She has to, for
So
sure.
since Vanessa brought up marshmallows, when you went camping as a kid, what was your favorite campfire food? If you had one.
Hot
Was it a hot
dogs.
dog? Was it a
Hot
hot dog or
dogs.
Yes, hot
marshmallow? Hot dog?
Stick and just do you like to kind of burn and blacken the hot dog, or just enough
Yeah.
to get it done?
But see,
It's got to be
when
cooked
you-
right. Perfection hot dogs.
I love
But
a
see,
charred
here's the
dog.
thing. You guys are going with like what you have at nighttime around the campfire. But what about when you wake up in that morning from the tent and there's being bacon grilled out there on the burner?
Oh, Rod, you're being too fancy.
Yeah, see, that's not
Am I the
campfire
only
food,
one?
though.
Am I the only one? It's
That's not-
campfire.
No, it's
still
camping.
camping. Wow. Okay.
It's
well.
cooked on the burner, not the campfire. So.
Like Bill Clinton said, what's your definition of is?
Rod, I was
Wow.
really like thinking I was wrong when you were like, I never had fried bologna. And I was like, well, you're
Yes.
bougie.
The streak continues. Someone mentions fried bologna. The streak continues.
Speaking
No,
of
but I
bacon,
was
But it wasn't me this time. It wasn't me this time.
like, okay, so how old are you right now?
I just turned 55.
Okay, so you
I
were
can't drive.
51 when we went to the Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. With the Cincinnati thing. Yeah. Yeah.
The first time you ever had fried bologna. And
Well, I had it previously, right? Like, I think I just had it, but then we were doing a poll at the beer fest on people that have had fried bologna. Because I was asking people if they've ever had fried bologna at the beer
No,
fest.
'cause when we were at the Cincinnati Beer Fest, we were asking everybody, have you had fried bologna? Have you had fried bologna? And then
Yeah.
you went to the food truck and got fried bologna.
No, I didn't get anything in the food truck, did I? I don't think I did.
I was thinking maybe.
I mean, I may have
Where you,
forgot I
Rob?
did.
No,
Huh?
anyway.
How drunk were you, dude? Oh my gosh.
Oh, if you ever come to Cincinnati Beer Fest in February, where there's like 500 plus beers,
I think
it's
he's
easy
trying
to get
change
inebriated. Yeah.
100%.
No,
We're not drunk.
no. Ray was asking how drunk I was. I don't know how drunk I was at the time, but we had a lot of beers that night.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more. That beer fest is the biggest beer fest I think I've seen for beers. Like,
Rod, have you literally had bacon over a campfire?
over a campfire? No, I'm saying it's like a camp. Maybe I'm thinking a camp in, like Ray said, where you wake up in the morning from the tent and someone's grilling camping on the burner. You're grilling bacon on the burner from where you're camping. So maybe not over the campfire, so to speak. I was thinking more camp in.
Okay,
But-
so you woke up from a tent.
I mean, if it's just if it's technically just a campfire, I don't know if you have anything besides hot dogs or marshmallows. Am I missing something? What else do you put out there over the fire?
I mean,
Bacon
Oh.
apparently is what I
Oh,
thought.
we've done corn, we've done steaks, we've done. You wrap it up, you throw it.
How
in
do you
the
do it
grill,
over a
you
campfire?
coals.
It's a campfire.
Oh yeah, you roll
cast
them
iron
up.
skillet, throw it right on top of that.
No.
you just put syrup on everything.
I'm thinking of a campfire being like that little bonfire you're reaching into. So how do you put something in there to?
Well, if you're wrapping them up in foil, you throw it right into the coals, and then you pull them
Okay.
out with tongs.
Well, see, I'm not thinking of coals. I'm thinking of logs being there with the fire in the fire pit.
You can put a steak on a stick. Come on.
Yes.
Yes, you could. And, well, you could
Come
put
on.
bacon on the stick too if you went intertwine it. So I mean, you could
Oh,
technically.
oh my God, yes. I
Okay,
do remember
challenge accepted,
that.
Todd. We're doing that this summer. Challenge accepted. Bacon on a stick
Like,
over
just
the
leave it
campfire.
through and just put it over the fire.
I
Like,
do
Done.
remember
see what you get.
when I was a little girl, we would go to Lake
even know.
Cumberland on our big cabin cruiser, and we would,
Ooh,
dock
cabin
up,
cruiser,
like, hey,
fancy.
let's live like and I had
Wait,
steak and
that-
bacon and eggs.
Define cabin cruiser.
What's your cabin cruiser like?
It's
Like John
a
Madden with his big
it's
ass
like
butt?
a-
It's like a 3-seater
Yeah.
rowboat.
No, No, a cabin cruiser is like a big boat.
I know it is, but you didn't have a cabin cruiser.
This is bigger
I'm
than
on
El
a boat.
Camino. Is it
Oh,
El
you're
Camino?
more
Bigger
bougie
than El
I thought you
Camino?
was then.
No, it was a cabin cruiser, and we were at Lake Cumberland, and it was the year before that we used to just go up on the bank and camp and dig the hole with the tarp for our toilet. But the next year,
You put tarp in the toilet hole? Don't you just?
Yes.
What was the tarp?
And then, so we had our cabin cruiser, and we wanted to feel like the little folks. So we had our staff go up and build a fire, make us bacon and eggs, and
Question: what was the tarp for? The toilet hole? Did you just dig a hole?
yes,
But what's the tarp for?
that is really the only true
For
part
pri-
of that story.
for
That
I mean,
is
don't you?
really-
For privacy.
So
I guess.
when I was a little girl,
Oh, was it tarp for
Yeah.
privacy? Because I felt like she would say the tarp covers the hole or something. Like once you dig the hole, then you cover the hole back in.
okay. So do you really
Start
want to
over.
know?
Start over.
This is actually true. The whole
I don't know if I really want to know, but since we're there,
Yeah.
You can't stop it now.
I was just trying to relate to you with the bacon and the steak. Never
I was
had
just-
that. But
this is
when
like
I
the
was little-
seashells in Demolition Man. What are the seashells for? I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just
No. But when I was a little girl, we would go to Lake Cumberland. We had a speedboat. I don't know. It had enough. But then we would put all our camping gear, and at Lake Cumberland, you could just go up to the shore and get a camping site on the lake because it's a really big lake. And so we camped for the week there. And what we did for the toilet is it was like a 5-gallon bucket with like one of them little toilet seats on it. And they dig a big hole and put it over it. And then they take like a tarp and make like a privacy curtain around it.
okay. That's what it was for. Okay, all right. I was just checking there.
Really
if
good
you're in
size
scouting,
lake.
that's called a Kaibo. Kybo. Kaibo.
What?
That's called a
Kaibo.
kaibo.
Yeah.
That's what Rick's saying.
If you're a Boy Scout, that's called a Kaibo.
Oh.
I was a Boy Scout, but I don't remember ever having to put a tarp up. It's just like you just dug a hole and you covered it back
Oh, we
up and
didn't
you
put the
walked
tarp
away.
up, but that's like super fancy.
Do business and go on.
Yeah.
Here it
What
is,
is-
man.
What is this?
Oh, yeah, here
I
we
want
go.
a boat.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I can't play it. Well, I was gonna say I can't play it because I'll get a copyright thing on it. So yeah. Where did Ray go? Ray disappeared.
Yeah.
Ray, where'd you go?
He's like,
Come back.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I jumped up. He was off a while ago, and then he come back in. So
No, but I am like, I'm gonna die soon if I don't get near some water. Like I have been pulled. I need.
There
to
you go.
get
There's
some
Ray.
water.
I hit the
There
wrong
you go.
button.
Oh.
The whole
Like,
copyright thing was like crap.
Yeah, I can't play because of the copyright thing. I'll get on it, but yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
ever
I've
get
seen
things
that
like
video. I've seen that video before. I've seen that video before at SNL. I'm on a boat.
Okay,
I love
so
it.
Dave, where do you live in Canada or
no,
Roy?
Dave's in Chicago.
Dave's
Yeah.
Illinois.
Ray's going to be at the beer fests coming up here.
I really like
But he lives in
Chicago a lot.
He lives in Canada.
Although you
Chicago
didn't
rocks.
get Garrett's popcorn when you're way back, Todd told me.
No,
so you
we
messed up.
We went to the, well.
That was
when
an
we-
epic fail for sure.
Well, when we went to the little convenience store, there was like some cops outside, like it was a scene, and then we walked into the convenience store, and I remember Todd saying something about popcorn
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I think I just messaged him about, hey, did you get any Garrett's popcorn? And he's like, oh, I missed out on getting it. Yeah. I was like, well, see if there's a store there, but you better get it. Yeah.
45 7-Elevens I was on every other corner when we were downtown. I was like, I've never seen so many 7-Elevens in my life.
Last time I was in Chicago, I was standing next to Chance the Rapper. Didn't even realize it was Chance the Rapper. Like somebody was like, hey, that's Chance the Rapper. Like, oh.
If you would
Like I didn't even realize it. Like
What's up?
But Rod, if you would have realized you were standing next to Chance the Rapper, what would you have done differently?
nothing because I never heard any song he's done.
Yeah.
I just know who he is, and I've seen him like on the voice advertisements and stuff. But I'm like, but that's just Chicago. You'll be somewhere, and some celebrity will just walk into one of the bars or whatever. So he seemed to be nice. He was nice with everybody that didn't know who he was. One girl was kind of freaking out when she saw him. He was cool.
Ooh, oh,
Do you have a hat on?
Yeah, he did have the hat
I
on.
was saying,
He did
I've
have the hat
never
on.
seen him
Yeah,
without a hat.
yeah.
Okay, who would make? Got a question for
Hey,
everybody.
hold on. Let me get through these here. AW was on the NASJS JRB Fort Worth. The mugs are fun to buy. Yeah, I used to love some of the A&W spots. Hey, Trez.
Yeah.
Hardest machine to keep sanitizing in the 80s during my inspections at restaurants was the ice cream machine.
Mm.
I just never been to McDonald's when they were broken. I mean, maybe I've just been lucky that way. But cheers, AV. Hey, Vanessa. So the prisoners are the ones who fix the machine. So if they can get furloughed out, I guess they come in there. Yeah. Or maybe they send them to them in the prisons. I don't know. Are there panel members going to up their green screen game to Todd and Shannon's ultimate green scheme?
What, you don't like the cow? Come on.
Oh,
The cow rocks.
well,
there you
definitely
go.
sorry you're dealing with the migraine tonight as well, but always great to have you here, my friend. Bison Dop Kit is coming along. Oh, nice. And oh man, that Kentucky bourbon milk stout 12% put me on my ass rock. That stuff is good. I'm going out again tomorrow. Yeah, so I think you were drinking the one. I think I just did a review on that one. That 12% Kentucky bourbon milk stout. I was really surprised how well Lexington did with that one. So I did a review on that recently. But Todd, I don't know if you get a chance to get that there where you're at.
Now,
Or if you guys get
when I
that.
see their stuff, I usually just kind of pass along, but I'll look for that one now.
That one was pretty decent.
Okay.
Recipe to make a sheet pan size graham cracker, a recipe for marshmallows, so a giant s'mores at the fire pit bench swings. And Ray fits right in. He says, "Of course you do, Vanessa," because that's what we would always say. Of course you do.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Of course you would.
So Ray already knows. Oh, a ton of fun for sure. Every time I think of s'mores now, I always think of the Sandlot too. But that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Try bologna. Try bacon wrapped and smoked bologna. The grill, the sandwich.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh.
Vanessa, stop. Yeah, she has a lot of recipes, Ray, for stuff like that. Like I said, this is why,
100%.
like I said earlier, when shit hits the van, we go to Vanessa's house. You know,
Yeah.
so,
100%.
yeah. Bison leather is my favorite bag leather
But no
so
way.
far. Surface texture is amazing. The feels. Well, yeah, but the bison leather you're using for that. 6 columns in the hexagon around a fire pit at bench swings, ultimate fire pit cooking area.
Come on.
Have you tried to stuff pineapple wrapped in bacon and stuffed with pork tenderloins? Then smoked in a smoker. Really?
Vanessa.
Really?
Put your address, Vanessa. Put your address in the comments. Yeah.
I'm not ready to.
The bacon and the
Yeah.
pineapple, I was like, that.
Oh.
And then, like,
I'm like, really,
Dying.
Vanessa? Yeah.
Dying.
What time should we be there for dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Trez is coming down too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes.
The next happy hour live is going to be live at Vanessa's.
Road
Yeah,
trip.
100%.
Road
Yeah.
trip.
And we'll all be there.
Ultimate portable toilet, Yeti bucket, 6 gallons, 6 mil, thick food grade plastic bags. Toilet seat fit to the amount of the bucket. Add the Reliant chemicals from Reliant Company. Well, she used military, so she knows how to prepare.
sounds like a long haul toilet.
Yeti bucket holds 350 pounds, so will not collapse like the other plastic bucket. So
Good to know.
you got to carry and dump it somewhere. I don't know where you're dumping it, but
No, you just put the dirt on top of it when you leave that you dug the hole with.
and then it just biodegrades, right? But
I
yeah,
mean, that's not my concern.
Probably not. But
I just
Yeah.
don't want anybody to fall in a hole filled with shit.
not a perfect toilet system, so you would not get arrested taking a break along our highways. Yeah. Compared to Kentucky Stouts to the Dragon's Milk. Yeah, the Kentucky Stouts aren't to the Dragon's Milk level, but they're definitely getting better, and they're pretty decent. Find a little bottle of Utopia a month until I get all the remaining from JT
Oh,
Local
dear.
Source. So yeah. You and Shane need to connect so you can get the Utopias there. So I know
100%.
he wants to get that from you. But that being said, I'm caught up on comments there. So Shannon had a question as well.
Okay, like,
Are you using your notebook? Are you using your notebook? Are you using your
Yes, I
notebook?
am.
she did right now so she wouldn't forget.
Because I will forget. Okay. So if you met a celebrity or if you were near a celebrity, because usually I'm like, oh, they're a celebrity. But who's the one that would make you go like, oh my God, I got to talk to them. I got to ask them some questions. Who would that celebrity be?
Keith Richards.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
wow.
love that.
That was a quick answer right
I
there.
love
Yeah.
that.
The question again? I don't even remember what the question was.
If you run into a celebrity, you can be starstruck, but it's like if you meet in one certain one, you're like, oh my God, I got to ask them questions. Who would it be?
Yeah.
I mean, dead or alive?
Either. I mean, it's
Doesn't
never going to
matter.
happen. So just pick one. Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking to dead people, I'd be really shocked. Like, that's some wizardry right there.
Well, it's never going to happen. So let's just pretend
I mean,
they're
if
still
there's
alive.
one person you could run into.
Well, you never know. If you run into a celebrity that's actually living, it can happen. I've ran into celebrities before.
For me, I'd Jackie Robinson.
There you go.
Because I like to see, the time, the rough patch that he had to go through, whatever, during all that,
Such
whatever.
a good answer.
And to be how great he was at baseball, when he came out on the end, it was like I'd like to see
how he was just like, you know what? Fuck
And stayed-
everybody else. I'm good at this, and I'm going to continue to do
and
it.
stayed humble through the whole thing.
Oh,
Like,
That
that
is such a good answer.
that'd be my-
Good
I can
pick,
tell you.
Todd. Good
I can
pick.
tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't
No,
easy.
I
So
it was. And that's
I
what
mean-
I like to.
God,
Being a baseball guy that I am, I'd like to
now my
how'd
answer
you-
sounds like a piece of shit.
So take mine back. I'll go last.
Who you
No.
who you got?
I
Who you
love
got,
that
Ray?
answer, though.
Well, for me, I mean, I run into celebrities all the time in the business I work
Oh,
in,
nice.
and I mean, I don't get starstruck,
Who
but
is
the
he?
one I would love to chat with is Ryan Reynolds.
There you go.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, Canadian guy,
I was
seems
saying
humble.
Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah.
owns a distillery. Like,
Soccer
come
team
on.
Wrexham.
The
He's works.
soccer
Yeah.
team.
Yep,
He's fun. He stayed humble.
Plus he's
like-
Deadpool. Plus he's
Yes.
Deadpool too.
he's
so that's
Deadpool. Like, come
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Deadpool,
Exactly.
I love it.
yeah.
Hey,
Not Green Lantern as much, but Deadpool.
Dave,
Okay.
was that
100%.
Kanye West in that picture?
That was Mr. T.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Okay, couldn't really see.
Thank
That's Dave-
God.
that's Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Dave meeting Mr. T.
I went to a hockey game with him.
Did you ask him any questions?
I sat with him for the whole hockey game.
Did you really?
Yeah. A friend that I work at the airport. A friend that I work with, does a lot of his business work here in Chicago. And he had a promo at the Blackhawks game where they'll bring a celebrity out in between periods to shoot the puck from, the red line to see if you could get it in. He was the celebrity. Well, they give the celebrities a skybox. And she was like, hey, Dave, I know you like hockey. Are you doing anything Sunday afternoon? I'm like, no, I'm off. What's going on? So she's like, why don't you come, meet me at the Jordan statue at 11 a.m.
The
So-
Jordan statue. Nice.
Sat in the skybox with him, the absolute nicest guy in the world you would ever meet.
That's
The
awesome.
coolest guy.
Yeah.
Everyone came up to him, talked to him. He's talking to the kids. After the hockey game, they were going out for pizza. He's like, Dave, come with me, brother. So I'm like, all right. So we sat there. Kids were coming up to him. I mean, you couldn't have found a nicer human being than Mr. T.
Was he
That's
wearing
pretty cool.
all his gold chains on?
No, they gave him a hockey jersey because, it was at the hockey game. So he had a
That's
Blackhawks
awesome.
jersey on.
Yeah.
And he
That's
told
cool.
him, I want number 14 because he's like, when I was growing up, I was a big Ernie Banks fan, Chicago Cubs. So he's like, I want number 14. So we had that. But the coolest guy you would ever want to meet in the world.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome, you had that experience.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah, 'cause my
say?
friend's she's like, hey, I know you like hockey. She's like, you want to come to the Blackhawks game? They were playing the Red Wings, so it was a good game. This is back when the Blackhawks were good. This is back 2011 or 2012. So I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm totally in for that. Yeah. And then
Did he?
just to see how nice he was, kids were coming up to him and he was he didn't just sign an autograph. He was like, how are your grades? How are you at school? I mean, he was
Engaged.
just, yes, he engaged everybody. I mean, the
That's
only
sweet.
thing he did at the restaurant, he was like, when I'm eating, let me eat. After that, he's like,
Yes.
I'm all yours.
Fair game.
Yeah.
And
That's not
then
too
Fair
and
enough.
that was cool. And the
Oh,
kids
no.
respected that. So he ate his pizza and then afterwards he'd go up and talk to the kids. And it was just so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
He's
awesome.
still alive.
Yeah. He's
Yep.
actually doing. He's actually doing commercials.
Like,
He's doing commercials right now again for.
we should send this video to him because I feel like
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me get
100%.
Mr. Cheese PR people on the line right now, and I can shoot them the video.
But yeah,
I'm
All right,
gonna
friends,
write
I
it
gonna-
never met a nicer man than him.
That's awesome.
Just shoot
But
it over
I'm
to
gonna
him.
have to duck
Yeah.
out, friends.
I got him in a roll with that because I just pull him right up and she's over.
My people
Yeah.
hook up with your people. And, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it on my notepad. Send
There you
Mr.
go.
an email.
Rod, Dave, Todd, Shannon, I got to duck out.
right.
Been great hanging out with you all tonight.
You
Yeah,
answered
definitely, Ray.
questions for
Always a
me.
Yeah.
pleasure.
no, he's
Yeah,
got
we'll
to
talk,
be
Ray, if you need some of that juice
Okay.
pants.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
that son of juice is killer.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll exchange
good.
stuff, when you're off. Yeah,
When
but no,
Shannon's
absolutely.
not here, that takes over
Sounds
the
good.
conversation. I'm sorry.
Sam just jumped on, guys.
I was glad to.
Short and
glad
stout
to-
beer reviews.
I'm still going through. I got to get through the comments.
Cool. But anyways, guys, so thanks so much for having me on. It was great to chat with you all, and we'll catch up
Definitely.
again soon.
Yeah, make sure y'all check out Ray and Paul and the Alkanauts. There you go. Cheers, homie.
Adios, amigos. Take care.
Take care. So yeah.
So, did you answer the question, Rod?
For me, like celebrity to meet.
That would want to ask questions. I mean, like, instead of just see him and be like, oh my God, you're like in awe, but you'd want to, like, hey, I need to talk to you.
For me, probably growing up when I grew up, it'd probably be like Chuck D or KRS One. Like, so you sit down and just some of the stuff, pick their brain on some of the things they came up with back then because of all the stuff that was taking place and just the context of how they came up with some of the different things. And at that time, hip hop was definitely more conscious, and they were the ones that kind of broke the trend on not just being a party type thing. So, yeah.
Mine would be Neil Tyson DeGrassi.
Oh yeah.
Neil Tyson, DeGrasse, yeah, he'd be pretty.
Yeah, for sure.
He'd die before he could answer all my questions.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
you'd make
you need to sit down.
You'd be like, all right, it's enough. I gotta go.
I need to talk to you. Yes.
Yeah, he'd be a nice mind to pick as well.
Ugh.
Let me see here. Where am I at in the comments?
Rod, what was yours? Did you say?
I said Chuck D or KRS One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big plastic bag, seal up, dump in a dumpster or somewhere. Oh, we're talking about the whole latrine thing. Made the Yeti bucket toilet. I'll take pics of the details. I don't know if you need them to take pics of the
Yeah,
details.
No, you're good. We're good. Yeah.
Let's shop by empty bucket or whatever. That's fine.
Moral mushrooms on that can art, Todd. I think on the can art that you
Oh
had
my
there.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a Tripping Animals, Todd?
Do I?
Was that a Tripping Animals as well?
It is. Yes. Yep.
Well, that's a different one, though. That's not the one you had with the other half. That's just a
No,
Trip-
it's a different, but it's also a collaboration. Also,
No,
Well,
I
talk
think
about-
this is my favorite can art I've ever seen. He showed.
talk about that one, Todd, while I run to the bathroom, man. Or you and Dave could talk about something. I'm
Yeah.
gonna step
that
out for a
one
second.
is Fiden's Brewing Company in
Mhm.
Albany, New York. Also,
Okay.
Did you say Fidens? Damn it! I need to get Fidens at some point. I just wanted to say that before I took off because
All right. Go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
everybody's
Rod.
talking about Fidens.
See, I'm not sure. Well, I guess that one actually does show up right, real.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's kind of like that other one was other half, and I didn't even realize it until I was like, started looking. I was like, oh shit, okay. So that one's kind of descript, like you wouldn't really notice it. I guess that one would be more like you probably would because they're broccoli series or whatever that
I
that other
love
half
that
does. So
can
that
right
kind of
there.
makes sense. But this one I would have never, unless they're into like mushrooms or whatever. I'm not.
I
really
wish
sure.
I was an artist. I would love to be an artist.
But yeah, the can art that one is cool. That one
Yeah,
comes-
because like Rod was talking earlier about like the craft beer marketing awards, and this year I'm doing cans was the category I was judging, and Tripping Animals had like 3 of them on there, and like yeah, their artwork is second to none.
Yeah, I say we've had a handful of their stuff here, and I mean,
Mm.
there's 3 or 4 more that I probably could have picked up, and
Mm.
all their artwork's like really cool. Like I do
Yeah.
like it's awesome.
But isn't it crazy? Like, I mean, I feel like for me, beer and books are kind of the same way. Like, if I see just a beer with some like generic can art on it, I'm like, eh. And like, and it's not fair because sometimes I'll see a book, like don't judge a book by its cover,
Yeah.
but I do.
I mean,
I'm
that's
like,
what
that
draws you
looks-
in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, that looks like a little kid drew that,
Mhm.
and the
I mean-
story might be amazing though. You know,
Mhm.
we pass so many things up by just
When you see
Yeah.
something, you're like, oh, it looks cool. And I'm like, okay, I'll get it just because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, my favorite thing
Now,
about
drew me in with this one was the tripping animals because I was like,
Mm.
okay, I want to, and they've been around for a little bit, but it's like,
Yeah, I
They're
never
not
get them up
here
here,
anymore.
but I hear like good things about them. I hear they're like a great brewery.
I have too, and that's weird. Like we get some random kind of
but look,
distro sometimes,
they
and-
look like goldfish too.
or sperm maybe,
Well, you know.
sort of, I guess. I mean, more like clouds, really. If
But
you're
that's
honest,
the,
but,
well, they're supposed to be clouds.
no, I know,
But they kind of look like
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, they look like goldfish to me. But Todd
Mhm.
says
so like that
sperm.
one could be, kind of swimmers.
Yeah.
But like, all right, so like looking at some of their cans, but like if you were at a liquor store or grocery store or whatever, a lot of their cans, like you don't know what it is just looking at the front.
You're right.
Because it doesn't
Oh,
even like
yeah.
it doesn't say, hey, this is a lager, this is an IPA, this is a stout. Like you have to
Right.
do the work. So that was like the only thing I was like a little
Well, like-
hesitant about.
Yeah, like this one, for instance, like you wouldn't know
Yeah.
it until you like tilted it over, and it's
Yeah.
very very small print right there.
Mhm.
It's like triple IPA, so you would never know what actually it was until
Mhm.
you picked up and looked at it.
Yeah.
Dave, what's your favorite style of beer?
I like so many. I love like old school IPAs, but I love like a Vienna lager.
If you could only drink one style of beer for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
I'd have to go then barrel aged stout because if that's the only
There you
one, I'm
go.
going big. Yeah.
Would you say one beer for the rest of your life?
One style of beer for
Oh,
the
one
rest of
style
your
of
life, what would it be?
Yeah, I'd have to go big then.
I'm thinking the same thing, Dave. I'm with you
Yeah.
on that. Like I get a barrel aged for sure, like stout or some sort.
Rod, what about you?
Belgian
Overall.
quad. Belgian quad.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good one
have I
also.
ever had a Belgian quad?
I feel like you have. but
I
I'm
feel
not
like
really
I could. I
sure.
feel like I might like that. Like,
I mean, it's not. Yeah, you probably would.
because
they're-
mine would be a Hefeweizen, but I feel like Belgium
It's
wheat,
in.
Hefeweizen.
I mean, that's what your brother likes is all the Belgian
Yeah,
stuff. so-
I'm like, I feel like those are all like in my wheelhouse. But I would pick
They're all in your wheelhouse. They're all in there. Yeah.
No, they're not. I don't like IPAs. I don't like porters.
We covered that one earlier. Well,
Cheers,
No.
Sammy.
you just don't like the likeness or the.
Mrs.
Well, I
by the
feel like
Ray.
a porter
Kinda
is
watery
a
or
generic
whatever.
version of a stout. I'm
Mr.
like,
T, we're drinking heavy the other night, and yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
somebody that made a porter is like, I'm gonna make a stout.
weekend's almost here.
They call it a porter.
Actually, I got a half day tomorrow, so my weekend will come a little bit earlier.
Me too.
You got a half day tomorrow?
No, I'm short and stout.
Oh. It was smoking a turkey over Applewood Monday. Oh, nice. We're making a toilet, not an issue. Oh yeah, the picture. Findings are epic, as what people say. The creamy mouth feels luscious on their beers. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Fidens. I've not had any of their beers yet. Oh, we got Peggy in the house. Cheers, Peggy. Hey, great to see you.
Hey, oh my God, Peggy's.
I ha-
oh, it's
haven't
only
either
10
other
o'clock.
than that collaboration.
Yeah. So I was debating what to drink next. I was thinking, do I want another double dog? Because I got it in a 6-pack, but I'm like, you know what? Let's go to another one to clean out the fridge a little bit. So I'm actually going to drink the
Hey, Todd said you were gonna
grandfather
put
clock.
bourbon.
I do have that here too, but grandfather clock barley wine.
God.
So I kind of like that look. It's kind of like a what's that movie with Malcolm McDowell back in the day. Clockwork Orange type look to it.
Oh yeah.
You know
That
what
type
I
of thing.
thought when you showed me that can art was, I was in advanced art in high school. I'm like, it looks like something one of the kids in advanced art would have drawn.
Maybe.
I mean, it's not a put down. I'm just like, I feel like a kid, like they saw that, it don't
Well,
matter.
this is from Saga Brewing out of Columbia, Maryland. Two of my friends on Untapped have actually had this beer, and the average between them is 4.47. So I'm like, should I have saved this? Maybe the overall
Right
average,
now.
190 people have had it 3.94. So we shall see. Let's go ahead and crack it open because I haven't had a barley wine in a while. So, and this is another one I've had for a bit of time.
I don't think I have either, actually. Now you say
I think
that.
I'm gonna go grab a Rauch beer while you're pouring that.
Oh, you just got to go higher, don't you?
You got
to go. You got to go
one
one
up,
bar
yeah.
higher than me there.
Got one up, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Nice reddish brown tint to it. Well, that's grainy. Smells grainy.
Jeez.
Barley wine. And this one is 10.2% ABV. I brought it down a little bit.
It's got a nice head.
That's what you said.
I would
Yeah.
say it, but it's just too fucking easy.
No, right.
Yeah.
Do it. That's why I started laughing.
Yeah.
A nice head.
I mean, it's kind of obligated to have to say it when that happens,
I
but
mean, it sort of.
oh, that's a nice dark fruit flavor to it. Got a candy feel, like butterscotch type candy. Almost like a Werther's type feel, but not overly sweet. Comes in and kind of just goes right out.
Nice.
That's what she said.
That's what I was going to say.
That was worthy of that.
No, that was a setup on a tee right there.
That
for
was
sure.
worthy of
Yeah, no, I was
Nice.
going to say you beat me to it though.
Nice body on it. Good flavor. Yeah, this is a decent barley wine. This will get you where you want to go for sure. 10.2. But yeah, but the artwork is what actually grabbed me. So, which I need to finish this weekend. Some of my
Looks cool. Hold it.
craft beer marketing award categories.
Oh yeah, I knocked all mine off this week.
No.
You knocked them all off already?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I did one of the one group. Well, one I have 6 people and one I have 10. So I did one in the 6th group.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Broke Todd.
That is like such a like Gen X type label in my mind. Like that's something like a Gen Xer would come up with, I think. I don't know why I think that, but that's just how I feel.
I'm just having this Rauch beer. Holy shit. This is
Who
like
did you get it from? Which one did you get it?
a buddy of mine sent me this from Nashville, from the Nashville area. This is Barrique.
Okay.
It says it's
Barrel-aged.
barrel aged, but it's only 5%. So, but the smell, like, man, you just get all smoke. This is like, just open up a pack of Marlboros right here.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Give me all the smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Liquid
That's-
Marlboro.
Yeah, that's good.
That's like all the smoke from 1970s airplane movie right there. Remember
Yeah.
making smoke on the airplane? It's like all the smoke.
Pulling down these bingo halls wrapped into one right there.
Mm,
You know, it doesn't say it's like bourbon barrel age. It just says they condition in oak barrels. But man, this is good. Beechwood smoked. That's good shit.
tasty, tasty.
And
And the big
5%,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. The Flights and Brews as well as hitting the thumbs up. Yeah, appreciate that, my friend. Cheers, Sammy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people don't take advantage of flights. Right now, the poll was 88% yes, 12% no. So, not sure who doesn't like to do the flights, but I feel like it's a great way to sample the beer offers and then go from there.
Yeah, especially like I said, if you've been a brewery you've never been to before and you just want to try like a broad range of their offerings, whatever, like
Yeah.
get a couple flights and split them or whatever if you want to, try one of everything without
Yeah.
drinking a whole full glass of it, you know.
I think depends on like where I'm going. Like if I know the brewery and I know this particular beer is one I love, then I'm just gonna have that.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of like everything. It's got its place and time for sure.
So did you guys do any brackets at all for this year?
I did.
You did. The Oregon, they actually upset South Carolina, by the way. We didn't know that.
Was that actually an upset? I think I took
Oregon was 11
Oh.
and I think 11 is or 10-7 or 11-6 or whatever.
Let me check.
Oregon was the lower seed.
The 11-6 is the new 12-5, where there's always an 11 seed winning this year.
Yeah.
I took Oregon in that one.
Yeah. And Duquesne was 11-6 over BYU. So
Really, the only one which has probably hit most everybody's been Kentucky so far.
did Kentucky lose?
Yeah, they lost.
Oh, I'm not surprised because Kentucky hasn't really impressed me the whole season. It's just been
my
like
buddy just sent me a message like they're 1-4 in the last 5 years in the tournament in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to wonder if like this might be Calipari's last go.
The one and done is catching up with them for sure.
He's
Yeah.
on a bubble for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see they lost earlier. Let's see. Texas beat Colorado State, so they're still in it. So
Actually, I filled out 2 brackets. My brother's doing a bracket thing, but I had Oregon winning on both of them. I filled out 2 different ones and I had Oregon winning on both of them.
yeah, I'm sure a lot of people had UK over Oakland, but
No, I mean I had that one also, but
Yeah, everybody else did too.
I'm all right to lose that one because I like to see him lose. So
the thing is, how many people at UK going farther, right? Like to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8 or whatever. And those are the ones that really got screwed. Or Final Four, yeah. Oh, it was all a dream. Oh, we didn't do beer news yet, did we? Could do beer news real quick. You've actually been flowing through the show here, so jump over to a little beer news. All right, so Michigan's local Feeds Brewery, which I had not heard of before, but they're named America's top new brewery by USA Today. The brewery specializes in slow pours, which take 5 to 7 minutes for the perfect pint. So the brewery itself is kind of a community type brewery where, it's all about the chatter, build a community rather than sitting there watching a sports type event type thing. And their pours and the way they're set up is kind of the European type style where they have cask and all kinds of stuff there, but it's kind of like you take time to get a good beer, right? Which is kind of interesting. So they're having good success, which just shows you can do things a certain way and still do well, not to follow the pack maybe, but an interesting one to keep an eye on. So I don't know what their distribution is, but it's kind of interesting that they actually were seen as a top brewery. Auburn University and New Realm team up for a master's degree in beer. So a lot of places have undergrads, they actually do a master's to take you all through it, and they have a brewery on premise and stuff where you can actually test the beer. Like, why didn't I have these programs when I was in college?
I know, right?
Yeah, my career choices could have definitely been different. So,
No kidding.
Miller Lite, great taste, less filling debate returns with nostalgic push. I don't know if you saw it or not, but they actually brought out the first teaser commercial with J.J. Watt on there and a few other celebrities. But they're going to be coming back with the great taste, less filling type stuff. So that'll be kind of funny to see again. And for us old timers that remember that as kids and seeing it on TV, it'll be kind of interesting to see how they interject that. Yeah. Because on the one that I saw with J.J. Watt, it had like the Bob Uecker, the John Madden type thing. And the guy shows up at J.J. Watt's house and it was like, play this video and drink this beer. Like it's a VCR tape, which some of you millennials and Ys and Zs might not know what that is, but that was a tape we used to put into a thing to watch a movie. Yeah. Regardless, so J.J. Watt puts it in, it kind of time warps to this whole thing where he's like in the whole decade and they're going to be building stuff out. So pretty cool. We'll see how Miller does with that. Cicerone certification program has new owners. 2 master Cicerones with deep experience in the beer industry have purchased the Cicerone certification program from its founder, Ray Daniels. So I know, Dave, you completed your first step. They're a certified beer server, but it's kind of interesting to see how that's going to play out, if any changes happen or anything along those lines.
Yeah.
But then a couple people that want to take over the program. I don't know what the reason was behind it, if Ray was getting out of it or wanted to kind of sell it off or what, but they're going to be pushing the program forward. Alcohol-free beer on draft leads to healthier choices with no loss of revenues, is what's been shown. So a study showed making alcohol-free beer available on draft saw its sales increase, but sales of draft alcoholic decrease. So essentially, people were buying an NA beer. So they were getting a regular beer, and they were getting an NA beer or two. Then they were getting a regular beer. So sales were still up, but their sales of the alcohol stuff was actually down. So they're showing how that can actually have a healthier aspect for people.
Yeah, I was looking on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, today, and they were saying how like the NA beer is always increase in January for dry January, but the decrease in February wasn't as big as it has been.
Usually,
and one of the guys from Off Color said, we still have people that are asking for it, so we'll still offer that option. And he said something like, people will go and have like a regular beer or two, and then they'll have an NA as kind of like an in between to pace themselves kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's a quality NA beer, like,
yeah,
what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if you're kind of in it for the taste anyway, then, I mean, I know some people like,
yeah, I just
is in
rather
it
have a
for-
glass of iced tea. I mean,
is in it for the feeling, but
Yeah.
I like drinking some for the taste, but
It's actually funny. Right now on CBS, they're doing the Miller Lite commercial that I mentioned just a little bit ago with JJ Watt and stuff. So at least on my TV, so
Yep.
they're introducing it and everything. Yeah. So anybody watching March Madness, you might be watching that right now on the TV as well. So they got like Big Poppies in it. They got Reggie Miller in it, and they got some of the newer athletes of this time.
Yeah.
So yeah. And the reason I brought the beer flight question earlier was because our beer flights passe. There seems to be some debate in the craft beer area around it now. There are some breweries that are no longer offering flights, some that still offer them and encourage them just because you get different flavors. It's kind of interesting to see how people's thoughts were, because my feeling is more people want to actually enjoy a flight, which is what we've seen in the poll that we have here, because it gives you a chance to sample different things, and you're not sure if you might want to fully commit into something, right? Like you don't know if you're going to like that IPA or that sour or that Roush beer or whatever it may be. Having a flight in a smaller dose can kind of give you that heads up type thing. But for breweries, it can be costly for them to have flights because of how they have to get more inventory in and kind of have the flight glassware. They got to hold more stuff back, and it's just for them a little bit.
It takes more time for the servers.
well,
Takes the time.
Yeah.
that was
And
gonna be
some-
my question,
and some
like,
breweries
is
will-
their downfall on that, but you just said it, so
Yeah, well, some breweries want that conversation too, where it's kind of like, the beer tender and the person, like what beers they usually like and prefer and blah, blah, blah. And the flights take that kind of out of the equation. Like, just give me a flight of 1 to 5 and you come back 6 to 10.
Yeah.
You're not really talking to that person as much along those lines, right? So,
I mean, yeah.
but then some beer tenders that you talk to that I found don't know what they're doing either.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, let me go get so-and-so because I don't really know. I don't really drink that. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, so, yeah. Yeah.
They're just there serving beer and don't really give a rat's ass about what it is or
Yeah.
serving or.
But that's on the brewery for hiring that person.
It is,
Yeah,
and not training them too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we have Malin, or sometimes like people ask, and some of the people that she have, they may not drink beer or whatever. She tries to everybody kind of taste stuff so they're aware, but it's kind of like she gets called over to maybe talk about like some of the beers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but when you have the flights, you don't have to worry about that. If you're into beer enough, you can kind of decipher everything yourself. So kind of a mixed bag taking place out there right now. So like I said, some breweries are starting to not offer them. Some are still doing it. So we'll see. Archival Brewing, they recreated Instinct beer from Archaeological Dig. And this is out of Michigan. Archival Brewing is following on the ancient technique to recreate a beer it hopes to bring back from the past. So they found an old recipe of a beer that was done basically in clay type jars. They're actually recreating it to kind of get the whole presence. They found a recipe to it. So we got it. Anytime you can go back into history and kind of see what were people drinking before, I think it's pretty cool. I think I would definitely be into checking that out. Like I remember at one point, people have found George Washington's recipe, right, for when he used to homebrew. It'd be kind of cool to check out some of the stuff they were drinking back then. It'd be totally different than what we have now, but it'd still be that part of history, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
kind of that feeling of like connecting to somebody from 100 years ago or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. And just knowing what they were going through then, like what they were actually enjoying and how that would fit in now, right? Like, and that I think that helps you appreciate maybe more what you have now, or maybe miss what they had then. So, always a cool thing. We talked about New Belgium earlier. Beer 91 in New Belgium are launching a collab chutney sour beer, which is interesting. So it's brewed with tamarind. The beer is based on the classic double, which, of course, I'm a Belgian fan, so I'm interested. With an aroma filled with notes of toast, fig, raisin, and dark fruit.
Oh, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, it's going to have a spice kick to it, and I'm kind of intrigued by it, and I'm also glad to see New Belgium is actually getting back into brewing some of the other stuff besides just the voodoo type things too. Yeah. You know, because some of their stuff they had like with the white label was some great formulas and recipes. Yeah. So it's great to see them going back into that kind of area. And not to mention non-alcoholic Kit NA Brewing expands footprint. They secure a Wegman, and they're actually going to grow East Coast presence. So they're getting a deal where they'll be distributing more. Have not had any of the Kit NA beers, but people do talk about them being an up-and-comer as well. So if you are doing the NA beers, Kit might be a person to check out as well. A company or brewery to check out as well. You know, I had Go Brewing on here before. Dave's done stuff with Go Brewing as well. You got Athletic. You got all these different NA brewers out there. So they're not bad. They're not bad at all. Anheuser-Busch, first to adopt U.S. farm certification, helping shoppers choose products made with U.S. agricultural ingredients. So not really a surprise there. Anheuser-Busch, being as big as they are, that they kind of adopt that. But I'm kind of surprised I don't see more news or things about hop farms here in the U.S. I think that's a great business opportunity for especially a lot of the farming type communities.
Well, you will next
hops. Week. Yeah.
I know a podcast that'll have one next week.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Peek. Tell me more.
I talked to a Colorado hop farm. I talked to her this week, so I'll edit that and have that out Monday. And it was interesting. Like, they're a small, like, mom and pop hop farm. And we were kind of talking about, like, the stuff they grow compared to, like, the big factory farms. And it was pretty interesting. Like, certain hops, there's patents on them, like Citra and some of these newer, like, hops that you would get in a New England, that they're proprietary and other people can't grow them unless you pay money. So it was a pretty interesting conversation. So that'll come out on Monday. So that was pretty cool to like learn some stuff that like I never knew. I just thought, it's like a plant. You could just plant whatever you wanted to plant, but certain hops, no, like companies own Citra or, whatever. And like everybody can't grow them.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Well, another reason to check out Dave Beer in Front, right? Find out some great stuff there too. So that's a little preview for what he'll be covering on that. And you can catch the YouTube or the podcast as well. So I wish Mal was here for this to see this.
Yeah.
So apparently music festivals are going after breweries lately. So now we have the owners of the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival are suing the Coachella Valley Brewing Company, alleging that beer maker is breaking federal trademark law because of Coachella. I'm like, really? Like,
you have something better to do? Like, come on.
Like getting better acts at their festival. Work on that.
Yeah.
I don't think people are going to confuse the small local brewery to your big music festival, but yeah. So I wish Mal would have been here to see that because Ravinia is not the only one now being hit by like some music festival type thing. So it's kind of crazy on how that actually ends up happening. I don't know what the words are to actually say about that, but it's
Yeah.
pretty much bullshit is what I come up
Yeah.
with. So
Jag off.
yeah.
I mean, that's probably the perfect word for it. Bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. There you go. Play it. Play it.
Yeah, I'll give you a sound bite for your StreamYard. Just me saying jag off.
Yeah. If you're in Minnesota, a new bill would allow Minnesota grocery stores to sell strong beer. Because I guess they're limited on what they can sell for ABV now, but now they might be passing a thing in Minnesota where they can sell stronger, which I think of the states that drink beer. I know Minnesota has a lot of breweries out there and they do a pretty good amount of beer. I'm surprised that I guess the stores are limited where you have to go to a liquor store to actually get the beer, but now grocery stores might be able to be part of the game.
I mean, what are they considering like a strong beer?
Probably like I would think like anything over 5% maybe or something, because I think Bud is like 5, right? So you're usually around the 5 or lower.
I'd go
Yeah.
7.
7%.
7 or over would be strong.
Because I guess some of them might be like your not spritzers, but some of them are like 6%. Like the
I mean, depending on the law, remember at one time Coors was a strong beer, right? I mean, that's why we had the Smokey and the Bandit movie, because they were trying to bootleg it. Like, and it was like it wasn't that strong of a beer, but that's what they saw it as.
But I feel like some the seltzers, some of them are like
We
6%.
can call it what we want until somebody makes the guidelines for the rules.
True.
In a study here, which is this might be a upcoming video I may do on the channel. It says that listening to Irish music makes Guinness beer taste better. Now, I've never actually tried to pair drinking a Guinness beer to listen to Irish music. That sounds like a good topic to maybe do for an upcoming video.
That's an upcoming segment coming up on a Thursday night. Stay tuned.
You're drinking one, you're going to the brewery, you got your phone on because you don't want to get copyright infringement, but listen to some Dropkick Murphys while you're having a.
I feel like we need to drink it and be like, yeah, it's okay, and then play the music and be like, oh, this is phenomenal.
Yeah. Apparently, it makes you feel better drinking a Guinness when you have Irish music playing. Maybe I can do it watching like Boondock Saints or something.
We should do a show, Rod, like a live joint live stream where you're at the Guinness in Baltimore and I'm at the one in Chicago.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a good idea, actually.
Find
that could
somebody
actually
in
work.
Ireland. Well, the timing would be off with the time difference, but yeah,
That could be something interesting to do there for sure.
Cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
if you guys could do that.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I think Don might be in Ireland, I believe. So it was like if we were there during the day, which would be like an early evening for him, possibly, we could probably coordinate something. Yeah,
that might be something down the road. Like, hey, all right, Dave's in Chicago, Rod's in Baltimore. We have this person in Ireland. We're all sitting here having a Guinness and maybe trying like some of the different like local ones each brewery does.
Yeah, that'd be it. I like your thinking.
All right.
So Dave,
My dog
what's
just
your
came
thoughts?
back.
What's your thoughts of the Guinness in Chicago there? I'm assuming you've been there, right?
No, I haven't been there yet.
Oh, you
Like,
haven't?
when they first opened, it was like reservation only. So,
Oh wow.
I just haven't had a chance to go. And then I was thinking about it in the last month, but I'm like, St. Patrick's Day, it's going to be crazy. But like now, I'm probably still going to be off for at least another month with my back. I mean, I might have to get more injections next month. We'll just see how it holds up. If I could like continue, which is what I want. I want to go back to work. I don't want to sit around and drink beer all day. Well, maybe I do, but
I don't. But then maybe I do want to do a little bit.
yeah.
So we went
Well, at
there
least
when-
now I've got some free time. Like at least like if I went on a weekday when it's not as busy, I could like do a little video or it's not like super crowded. But no, I still have to hit it in person.
So we went there, it was in Chicago, and it was okay, but it wasn't.
It was my least.
It was my
favorite
least favorite.
place we went.
Yeah, it was our least favorite place we went to, brewery wise.
Yeah.
Like it's nice and super whatever, but it's not what you would think of like a.
It's a
I would say
commercial.
mom and pop.
It's like an Applebee's.
Yeah, it's commercial.
Yeah.
Well, you're that big, you're kind of like that macro type thing, right? So it's kind of like
I mean,
it's
super
good, but
nice,
you may not get that feel of being a small town brewery.
No,
Like,
no, it
yeah.
Sure, it was like
I mean, I hear food there is really good.
yeah,
they have
the food here in Baltimore is, I know. So
I know they have like a shepherd's pie made with like the beer. So I hear their food there is outstanding.
yeah.
What did
I
we get
had
from
fish.
there? Oh yeah, you got fish. I can't remember what the heck I got.
I don't think you got anything. I think I just got fish.
I had an appetizer, I think.
She get the fish. She get the fish and chips.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
The
fish.
Shannon get the fish and
Yeah.
chips. Yeah.
My favorite place we went in
You liked it
Chicago.
though, didn't you?
I mean, I liked
It was
it.
okay. Yeah, but I think her thing was it was too thick for her. It was too thick or something, wasn't it?
I don't
Like the
remember.
fish or whatever.
I was just expecting more.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing is that if Chicago's like Baltimore, it's more the beers that aren't the mass distributed beers. They're actually some of the ones that are just done.
Sorry, my dog just ripped one.
That's what I figured.
God damn.
I was hoping that wasn't Ruby.
No. God damn.
Dogs don't care.
Dog just ripped one. I'm like, God damn.
It happens.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's still like, oh, get that taste out of my mouth.
The dog is like, well, you're feeding me, so
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah. So this was kind of interesting. So Sam Adams Brewer, basically, they have actually kept a lot of their brewers on a tight leash, and now Boston Beer Company are actually in a lawsuit because Boston Beer requires workers to sign non-compete agreements. So if they try to leave, they can't go to other breweries.
Oh,
So now you got employees of Boston Beer that are trying to leave, starting to launch lawsuits against Boston Beer because of this. So it's kind of interesting to keep an eye on. But Jim Cook is a supporter of having a non-compete things there, which on one hand, I can understand if you're a brewery, you don't want them going to a competitor, and you did sign it when you took the job. But then as the employee, it definitely does suck when you try to leave because you can't work at a brewery for 2 years
Like
or whatever.
6 months.
I mean, that kind of tells you that they're afraid of like taking their whatever to
Oh, yeah, they definitely are.
They have to some other brewery, like they're afraid of the small guy or whatever.
Well, then treat your employees better and fucking pay them.
Yeah,
So they don't go and tell secrets.
exactly.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. That kind of soured the taste a little bit about Boston Beer and that kind of situation. So something to keep an eye on there. But yeah, you have some of the employees that are launching lawsuits now against them. Speaking of other stuff, so Monster took over the conglomerate they're actually doing, but Cigar City was one of the breweries under them. So 12 Cigar City employees have been laid off because of that in the Tampa brewery. But the key thing is they also laid off longtime brewmaster Wayne Wambles, who's been 16 years with the company. He was their lead brewmaster at Cigar City. So it's kind of interesting to see what Cigar City will have going forward now, because obviously they still have the recipes, but you don't have the same care that you had with the other brewmaster.
Yeah.
But this is what happened when another company comes in and they're looking at the numbers and they're like, well, let's start squeezing some people out and we'll do some other stuff here because
Rid of the head brewmaster, though. I mean,
they were like, can we cut him and then bring up somebody else that we're paying maybe 30,000 versus 90,000? I mean, whatever the number may be, that's what they're.
Here's the guy that came up with, High Lie or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of that guy?
Such a dick.
People say like Wayne is basically Cigar City, right? He's the one that came up with a lot of stuff they're actually doing down there, and you get rid of him, and it's like you lost your identity.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye on Cigar City and see what happens with them going forward and stuff, because definitely there's some feelings that people are having about them right now. And then even though we don't cover a lot of, like, we don't ever really drink a lot of Genesee on here, I feel like we always talk about Genesee, but Genesee is actually releasing their Ruby Red Kolsch this month, so which is a decent Kolsch to actually sit back and enjoy. I feel like I need to do some more Genesee beer because there's always like
I can't even get here, so
you can't get any Genesee at all there.
I was getting like their standard stuff in Louisville, but I can't get it no more. I haven't seen it for a while.
Yeah, I've got a couple stores where I can get Genesee in, but the Kolsch is about to come out for the Genesee fans, especially like Joe, the Beer Patrol, FLX, Dan. They love Genesee up there. So if you're a Genesee fan, look out for that coming out. But yeah, that is the beer news for the
I saw something
week.
today that Walmart is expanding they have some of the Weathered Soul Black is Beautiful, and they're going to expand that now to 21 states. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. And I guess they're doing like some IPAs and different things outside of like the initial stout that came out like 4 years ago. So I was just reading that today, put notes for, when I talk about beer news on my thing. But yeah, Walmart's going to expand and they're going to carry the Black is Beautiful beer in 21 states now.
Nice. Yeah, here in Maryland that I found out like stores, they actually can't carry beer, and they tried to fight it. I think last year they were trying to get a law passed on it, but it didn't pass. But the lobby here is afraid if stores carry beer, it's going to hurt them. I'm like, no, like other states do it all the time. You can still grow and still have the access to it. But we'll
rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah. Some people are just stuck in their, paradigms or whatever. See, Trent said I picked Oakland to beat Kentucky. So far, I've only missed 3 games. Not too bad for the first day of bracketology. Well, there you go. Miller Lite, dust off winning formula to pass. Bud Light opens no great interest. Yeah. So it's interesting. There's a rumor going around about Bud Light, just so for people that are watching, if you're not familiar, like there was a thing with Sylvester Stallone, like being offered $100 million to do a Bud thing, and he told him he wasn't going to do Bud Light because I'm not going to save your woke company or whatever like that. It's not true, but it's out there floating around. Like people are, and it's kind of interesting just seeing some of the stuff you're seeing on the internet now, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's not true, which in the past we've seen that wasn't true, but people just fall into line with it. It'll be kind of interesting going into this year. Was it being an election year? How much people fall for stuff that is just true stuff with the way AI and stuff. It's just like this will be an interesting time, I think, in our country's history. So,
Hook,
but yeah,
line, sinker.
Huh?
Said hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. So if you see the Sylvester Stallone about not wanting to work with Bud Light, they verified it wasn't a true story. It was satire, but some people are buying into it. It is what it is.
Shit, $100 million? I'll drink Founders. Fuck. You got to give me that.
Right.
Yeah. Damn it, Dave. You had to say the F word. You had to say the F word. Come on, man. Oh, let's see. Hi, Peggy from Vanessa as well. Tim, cheers, my friend. Great to see you, buddy. Tim out there still doing the South Carolina. Tim's been doing the YouTube for a while too, so we gotta check out Tim's Brews. Check him out. He does some beer reviews and some different reflections there on the channel as well. Great guy down in South Carolina, which I can't believe South Carolina is out of the tournament, at least on the men's side. The women's side, they're undefeated this year. They're going to probably kick ass. So we'll see. It's kind of interesting. Just I don't know. I haven't watched many of the women's basketball games pretty much any time, but I feel the emergence of the women's sports taking place now. So I feel like I want to watch some of the women's March Madness this year.
A good women's game is fun to watch, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnie was wearing an Oberon hat tonight.
Oh, he was? I was wondering what it was said on there.
That's right, because you know what? It's almost Oberon Day, so damn right he's wearing an Oberon hat. I'd wear an Oberon hat if I had an Oberon hat, because
it's Joe's favorite day of the year.
It's Joe's favorite day of the year.
Yeah. My brother is very fancy, and he's got all the beer paraphernalia.
I know Shannon's eating off camera, but what is Shannon eating?
Leftover Chinese food.
Leftover Chinese.
Ooh, and what dish is the Chinese food?
A General Tso's.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's
my girl.
Spicy. No spicy.
With rice and broccoli.
He likes it spicy.
Yeah, baby.
You know I'm not bland.
Oh, earlier for lunch today, it was but it was like the healthy choice steamer meal, but it was General Tso's. I had that for lunch earlier today. So
no, Lean Cuisine's got a really good sweet and sour chicken.
I've had the Lean Cuisine as well.
It's either Lean Cuisine or Healthy Choice. They got a good.
Rod, be careful when you say the steamer.
Cleveland.
Be careful what you're saying there. Just saying.
Well, poor Mal's afraid to even look at anything in Urban Dictionary anymore. She's just like,
where's
yeah.
Me too. Traffic cone and all that other stuff. I was like, what?
I'm putting the traffic cone on Vanessa still. That was her thing.
That was
She brought
Vanessa.
up.
Yeah, that was
Whatever.
Vanessa,
It was
for sure,
traumatizing.
Yeah. It's like, you know too much, Vanessa. You know just too much. It's like, we are not there yet. But any upcoming stuff on your channel, Dave, you want to talk about as well before we wrap up here in a bit?
No, I'm just, doing more Illinois stuff. Want to see what we can get together with this beer media group, see if we can get that, started. But next couple of weeks, I got the hop farm coming on Monday. Following week, I'm going to have, I had the guy on from El Jimador Tequila Company. They're coming out with a new line of FMB beverages. And then I got some friends from Birmingham, Alabama on. So we're going to have like a Best of Birmingham episode.
Okay, cool. Some good stuff there. And then I got to figure out some other stuff going forward. I need to get some other people in here for some of the other breweries and stuff. But for those of you watching the last kind of week and a half, I've kind of taken off a little bit to get a little bit of a break in here. I do have another video that I've kind of taped and I got to put together and I'll have out next week, kind of talking about some of the beer 101. I'm bringing back some of that stuff to the channel besides just the beer reviews. So I'll be sharing that. But outside of that, I mean, it's just like, I'll be no show next week, as I mentioned earlier, because I'll be going on vacation next morning and I want to make sure I'm clear-minded when I drive. So it's going to play a little, it's Good Friday, so I'm going to play a little safe. So, but 2 weeks from now, we'll be back and sharing a lot more stuff. Make sure keep checking out the stuff here on the channel and the Facebook and the Twitter and all that other stuff. Whatever you're following on podcasts, I'll have this on a podcast episode. But no, everything's good and dandy. I think with Dave's thing, we're going to talk about some of that stuff there. And I'll sign off here, Dave. So you don't have to leave right when I sign off, by the way. I think last time you jumped right off and I was like, we were still hanging out for a little bit, but we can talk a little bit about your idea there. But great stuff. I just had the 9-year anniversary show. So grateful for all you that have been following all over these years. And yeah. Next year will be 10 after 2025. Right? Like,
I'm gone. Where's the time?
Like on Facebook, like one of my viewers said, it seemed like it was just yesterday. Like it does. It just like kind of flies through. So
I know,
but
we
no.
talked about it earlier, like with Tom and stuff and John and whatever. It's like back in the day, it's like,
Yeah,
it seems like so long, which was actually longer than 10 years ago now. I mean,
but when you first came on his show, were we here or were we at our other house?
no, we were here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because when I first met Tom, we were still in our other house. So and that was, we've been here for 10
Do you
years.
have curtains on?
Do what?
He said you had
You have
curtains,
curtains
then?
Oh, yeah. Barely. Curtains.
Hey, everybody's just mad that they have to have actual curtains and we can just have balances and nobody's peeping through our windows.
Yeah. They give a show for the farmers. So
You know, they give us their field, we give them a view.
Standing ovation, you know.
Yes.
not just the corner stand in full attention. But anyway.
You know,
In 2 weeks.
we do what we can.
No, but it's like the time like kind of flies through is just like kind of crazy. So it's funny talking with Tom last night is just in my mind thinking back to some of the people that were kind of here before that kind of packed up and they were done with it, and then some of the ones that came in and what they're doing. It's just I mean,
Like the guy in his backyard against the fence at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Jay. She's talking about Jay.
oh yeah, well yeah. He was one of the older ones too. So Jay's probably like 10 or 11 or 12 years. He was doing it before when I first got on. He was already doing it. So yeah, he used to do it in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, he's like, I don't know why that guy's cleaning. He knows I'm here every time at this time. Like I'm pretty much sure he's doing it because he knows you're there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like Why are you drinking a beer at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Which always raises the question, like,
Hey,
why
I
are you
woke
drinking a
up
beer at
today
6 in the
and
morning?
Beer was my breakfast. Maybe he works third shift.
But it was 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh well, you know.
It raises that question, right? So yeah, but
yeah.
So but the beer community has been a great community, so it's been a fun run over the last 9 years, and hopefully for the next 9 as well, because I don't plan on going anywhere. It's been all solid and great time.
Man, I've had beers at 6 o'clock in the morning, but probably not my first beer in the morning.
I mean, I'm just saying. Some people's nights are some people's
that's
days.
true.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
drink all
working
day
third
if you don't
shift,
start in the morning.
No, you're right. That's true.
if you're third
Exactly.
shift, you get off at 5 or 6 or whatever. That's your happy hour, right?
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
that's
when
true.
Yeah.
to work at.
We all know that wasn't Jay's happy hour. That was his start of the day. So
No, because he was like a teacher, I think, for a number of years. So
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
yeah. So yeah,
Sounds
Oh,
like
he
a good
was?
start to it.
I think he was. Yeah,
Jealous.
but I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
as the stores let you drink in the aisle for free, I'm not going to complain about it, right? Like, you know, I don't let you
that's
sample the
jealousy right
beers.
there. That's jealousy.
Yeah.
All that is.
I'm like, that's not bad. You get that gig, you know, save some money on a beer and be able to do that and give them a little advertising. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that being said, we'll go ahead and get signed off here. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. I'm actually kind of keeping it close to time tonight, right? I'm surprised. If you're not surprised, I'm surprised. But look forward to catching up with you guys in 2 weeks. Do we give him a little Dusty Rose? Do we need a little Dusty Rose to go out?
Oh my god.
Yes, might as well.
Yeah.
Shannon doesn't want any Dusty Rose. She's tired of Dusty
or
Rose.
what's the little kid on Jimmy Kimmel's? Whatever.
Oh, I don't have that little kid up here. I don't
Oh, you
think.
don't have that one? Okay, so Dusty. It is.
You know what? The little
For 2 weeks, and you'll have the little kid from.
hold on. Let me see if I can find a little kid, because that actually would be a good one to actually go out on, because I haven't shown
Just
it
like
in a
you
while.
haven't done that one for a while, so.
While you're searching for that, do you see the new Kimmel clip that he had on Snoop, Dre, and Eminem?
No, I didn't see that one.
God, it was just, you got to look for it. Like they were in the hospital looking for Kimmel's Tinky, and oh my God, you will like cry laughing.
Oh God, I gotta look for that one there. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and sign off on this one. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Y'all have a great weekend, and hopefully your March Madness am I talking right? March Madness brackets are in pretty good shape as well.
Come on, beer here. Come get your beer. Come on, who wants it? Hot day, cold beer. Hey, honey, want a beer? Interest you dolls in a cocktail? This one's on me. Maybe later I can get on you. Would you like an ice cold beer?
Beer.
It's ladies' night. Bitches drink free. You're gonna have to check your ID though. No, just kidding. You're old.
I don't know how you would be allowed to sell something alcoholic. You're not old enough. You're not 21.
Are you gonna buy something?
No, I'm not going to buy something, but I don't think that I think you're doing something against the law. Okay? So I suggest you leave.
Okay, listen, Hitler. There's no German beer here, so move along.
What a smart-ass kid you are. Boy.
You need to loosen up. Have a beer. Hey, Toots, how about a beer?
No, thank you.
Your mouth says no, but your fat gut says yes. Hey, what's up, Julio? Want a cerveza? Hey, there's the happy couple. How about a beer?
Can I use my laundry dough?
You're obviously not using it for laundry.
I'll have
You should drink them both so your girlfriend looks better. Would you two young broads like a drink? Hey guys, should I pour you 3?
Yeah, that's all we need.
That'll,
25 cents?
yeah, each. I'm gonna need to see some ID though. You guys look like you barely have pubes. All right. Were you in the war, sir?
Yeah, but I'm in World War II.
Kill any crowds?
I don't think so. If I did, I don't know it.
You were so drunk you didn't know.
There you go, man.
Head for the mountains, literally.
So how's business going?
Good.
You just started?
No, I'm serious though. Head for the mountains. Get out of here. Can I rub a little lotion on you?
No, that's okay.
Come on, seriously. Let me grease up your boobs. Boobs.
Hey, I have two children that are your age. Come on.
Do they grease up your boobs?
Oh my God.
Can I rub some lotion on you?
No, I'm all covered up.
I won't just do your shoulders. I don't mind exploring. I use the lotion on myself a lot at home. Hey ladies, can I interest you in a free bikini wax? How about you two open up and let me get in there? Will you rub some lotion on my back? Do it slow. Let's make this party last a while. Just a little right there, I guess.
You're all cranked up.
Now let me do you.
No, I didn't think so. So I'm taking my shirt on.
Alright, I guess I wouldn't want to get my hand all hairy anyways. I want to practice mouth to mouth.
No, you can't do that.
No?
No mouth to mouth. Because you know why?
Mouth to anything?
Nothing. Mouth to nothing.
Come on, honey, I thought all the cold fish were in the ocean.